Well, hello everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to a Fresh Hazel stream. Kitty Cat, you want to come say hi? Hello. I found Caracta, so I listed a group. Look, everybody. Anyone gonna get lucky? Me? Nope, not me. Do I need that? I do. I needed that cloak pretty substantially. All right. Thanks, guys. Caracta's in the rotation, so we're going to do that before we get into anything else. How is everybody doing today? Percolate, thank you for the 5-1 month resub. That's years. Years and years and years. Started my Nightborn Survival Hunter. Hi, Scarlet. Fun. How is Mr. Moose? Mr. Moose is good. Mr. Moose is, we're currently piloting phase 1 of the Moose is Loose project, which is to say that he is getting some supervised freedom from his exercise pen in the front room. Still barred off from this section with the baby gate, but we're trialing a Moose expansion. It's going well so far. The first day was a fiasco, and then the second day was better, and then this, so far so good. He's chilled. He slept without causing any havoc in the front room all night, and I was very proud. Alright, this one's next. Morning, Hazel and Kitty. Afternoon, Hazel and Chat. Hope your weekend was good. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good, big puppy weekend. Lots of puppy time. Lots of puppy activities. I wanna just camp group finder here. I shouldn't have too much travel time. Basically, most of my characters should be more or less parked here, so we can hopefully just kind of work through the list, maybe get all 15 of them through a Caracta kill today. Unless, of course, it decides that it wants to, Kitty, if it wants to drop them out, then I'm good with that. And then that would let us do something else. Like train smug farming. Or whelp daycare is another good example of a thing that I have not been doing. Also, don't think I've looted my vault yet. I did not log into WoW yesterday. 1017 were time walking dungeons. Scarlet, that's the first that I've heard of it. So if it's true, then I missed it. Although I, again, haven't logged on in a couple days. Let me check the WoW Hit front page. Katie, how you doing? I think she's glad that the weekends, the Monday, Tuesday weekend's over and that we're back to streaming, because you were mostly hanging out in your bed. I'm glad to see you up and about, Honey Bear. I know. I also need to trim your claws at some point. You're getting some sharp ones. You're getting some stabbers. 45. I mean, that would be good because of, reasons, but also in-game BlizzCon text or data mined. Yeah. They're breaking the overlays. That makes sense. Hey. I don't see anything about it. Don't trust me. I've been awake for 30 minutes. I understand. I relate. Killed Anixia every week on 12 characters since 2015. I'm convinced it doesn't exist. Oh, that's horrific. I'm so sorry. It could be just around the corner. You never know. Those are the kind of outliers, though. Those are the kind of situations where you start to question everything about math, life, the universe, everything. Like, it's all just, it's just RNG until something like that happens to you, and then you're like, there has to be something else going on. Got the Horde on Met finally yesterday after years. Congrats falling upwards. Oh, hello. Hi, baby. Hello. Still no book this week. There's always next week. That sucks. Speaking of there's always next week, tonight I get another chance. Off stream, but tonight I get another chance at the... Oh, I almost swore. At the Evoker Legendary. At the wonderful Evoker Legendary that I'm really happy is something that I feel like I'm doing. Get another shot at it. We'll do another Heroic kill tonight. Hopefully it's soon, because I would really love to be able to not raid until the next tier, I'm excited to raid eventually, but we usually take pretty juicy breaks in between tiers, and I appreciate those, especially when I have a puppy that I want to play with. Hi. And I have a kitty cat that needs... And I mean, kitty can cuddle with me while I'm raiding, but puppy dog not so much. I'd been getting up between bosses to just poke my nose out in the front room and be like, hey, how is he doing? What's he doing? Is he sleeping? Where? Got ashes on my first ever kill. Can you open TSM? I don't think I'm running it. I've had TSM very intermittently I've had TSM very intermittently enabled. I haven't really been using it. This character, I'm pretty sure, here, we can turn it on. It might still have the data though, let me see. Because I haven't been making any gold this month. I've been playing with my puppy. I've logged on, I've been raid logging for like 3 weeks straight. I would be shocked if I made any gold. Hello, Hazel in chat, hello! How are you? The girl without, thank you for the 15-month resub. Also, how did I not get into that character group? I could have sworn I applied. Character. Did I not apply? Sign up. Give me it. Please. I'll win with a 12-month resub. Happy 1 year. Yeah, puppy dog is currently not allowed in the office. We're trialing some moose expansion, but this is right now continuing to be a Kira only zone for the comfort. Not so much the safety. I'm no longer convinced that she's in any danger from the dog. He wants nothing more than to just kind of sniff her and then move on with his life. But for her comfort for the time being, because you gotta be comfy too here, kitty cat. The secret to getting them to interact more is licky treats, because she will walk through fire for them, and she will certainly walk up to the gate where the dog is, and then he'll just kind of like mournfully watch her eating them, and then just like lay down and put his chin in his paws and be like, "Can I please meet her?" So we're gonna do that a few more times, and then maybe see if we can do it with him on a leash instead of behind a gate, and see if she'll. Because if you can just get like sniffed and or licked and or not worry about it, I don't think you're worried about the dog. I think you just don't like the gate sound. Correct today? Yeah. I can't do puppy camera either. The room's a little too far away for a USB cable. Plus, it's a little personal privacy in the front room. There is video of him though. There is video of him on my Instagram. I've been posting videos to my Instagram story here and there, and I also posted little reel highlights. So if you want to see what he looks like, there is some stuff on my Instagram. There it is. Finally found a purpose for having an Instagram. Got my Evoker Lego yesterday. Congratulations! That's fantastic. That has to be a huge relief. Having 13 level 70s will be plenty for T-Mug. Oh yeah, you're going to be set. To unlock the Orc Allied race, do you have to do the achievement of level 70 Horde? The quest doesn't show for me. I don't know, just because they've changed things. Chat might know. You might still have to do the... I don't know. It used to be that you had to do that, and nowadays you may not. I don't actually know anymore. I'm so sorry. Actually using social media? Barely. I'm gonna have to just watch. One of these weeks, I'm just gonna whip out like a very unlike me social media rollout. We're gonna have, I don't know, themes and posts and hashtags, because you girls trying to save up for a yard for a puppy dog. Hopefully the moose expansion drops some fat cat moose. I'm gonna be so relieved when we can take that gate down and have them just like be cool with each other, because one, the gate's really annoying for everybody. Secondly, kitty cat does not like the gate. She doesn't really mind the dog, but she hates the gate because it's like an invisible wall of death to her, because she's blind. So she and he's been taking down all the foam that we have used to kind of blind proof the place. So I'm gonna have to workshop that some, because there has to be something to cushion all of the hard edges around here that he can't just remove by going, "I don't like this anymore." But it'll be nice when we can get rid of it, because I want to sleep in my bedroom with all of us, you know, in the same room. I want to not have to do the gate thing, and I want you to be able to come back out in the front room again. I know you miss your spots. Although some of them might be a little different by the time you get back out there. I've ordered one of those slip covers that you put over a couch that makes them really ugly, but it's an easy thing to chuck in the machine to wash, because I am allowing my puppy on my furniture, and the furniture's already taken some damage. First from the cat a little bit before we got her set up with the scratching post, and then secondly just because it's a rambunctious puppy. So I don't know if there's any like saving it, but I can probably prolong the life of the couch if I put a cover on it, and then, you know, when the rainy season comes, might make it easier to clean, because the current couch doesn't have any like zip covers that you can easily take off of it. So it'll probably be nice for the upholstery if I can just kind of have something I can chuck in the wash. You aren't barely using it. You're using it. Dogly. I see it. Puppy destruction gonna grow out of it. I think so. He's also really, really good. It's only when he gets into like very specific moods that he becomes moose destroyer of everything. And even then, as long as you notice that he's getting into that mood and you offer him like some toys or some games or something, he's just got puppy zoomies. He just has like some wiggles he has to work out. As long as you make sure he's got some appropriate avenues for it and you kind of point him towards them a little bit, he's an angel. Those are actually the best times to work on his commands because all he wants to do is something that will maybe get him treats. One of our neighbors recently got a German Shepherd puppy, roughly the same age as Moose. They also have a Maine Coon that's bursting with kittens. Hubby and I were asked to take pictures of the puppy and kittens, if we can get paid in fur therapy. Excellent. Started Karokta now because I saw you did it. Got on the third character. Nice. Has the verbal husky part kicked in yet? Yeah, when he gets into his moods. He gets occasionally a bit cranky, and that's when he will bring out the grumbles, and it's kind of my favorite. It's really funny. I'm sure at some point in my life it'll be kind of old, and I'll be like, buddy, please. But for right now, when he gets like pouty, it's the funniest thing ever. He's so dramatic. He will like, realize that you're not going to give him whatever you're eating, because that's generally the cause of his tantrums. Is he wants what you're eating, you're not giving it to him, because we don't do that. We never have. And he'll be like, fine, and he'll wander off, and he will grab his emotional support pizza, and he will flop down in his bed from standing, and then he'll go roar, 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 and he'll like talk as though we can't hear him. I think he's writing in his moose diary. It's my favorite. I too get grumbles when cranky. It's also, he's kind of like I guess all of this is kind of easy to understand and predict, but it's all new to me. I never had a puppy before. It's very much like a toddler, or like me, where he is mostly cranky when he's hungry or tired or both. You can pretty specifically track how his dog battery's doing, his energy levels, based on, how his nap times have been and, when he's been up and how much he's been doing and what kind of things he's been doing. But you can tell when he's kind of gassed because he doesn't exactly like start sleeping. He has like a cranky phase before he starts sleeping where he's tired, but he doesn't really know he's tired yet. And he's just like no focus, zero attention span, and cranky and like pouty. And it's very cute. It's also very frustrating to get him inside because he doesn't really want to follow you. He just wants to eat everything outside, and he can't, like I said, attention span's not so good when he's super tired. So you got to kind of time your walks perfectly. Otherwise, you're going to be carrying that dog home. Child will understand only cat candy on Saturday evening. The puppy won't. Definitely a toddler thing, too. Yeah. Also a me thing. I'm pretty transparent with myself. I am very easily cranky when hungry or tired or both. All right, no luck on the mount. But we had a nice group. Very good, very good. That was our second attempt out of 15. Dog will just sit next to you, watch you eat. Yeah, it's up to everybody to decide what they want to allow. I don't mind having him watch me eat, as long as he is not jumping up or attempting to forcibly take a thing. If he's just sitting or laying down near me, I can ignore the puppy dog eyes. I don't mind that so much. If he wants to torture himself, that's on him. Dogs and cats will cuddle together. It's so cute. I love it. I did get the Nighthold mount. I haven't posted the clip to YouTube just yet, but there is a highlight saved on Twitch if you wanted to see the video. The Green Infernal finally dropped for us a couple days ago. Dog's mentally 2-year-old, cat mentally 16-year-old girl. Is that true, Miss Kira? I don't know. I feel like you have the wisdom of a woman in her 40s. Hi. Hey, sweetie pie. All right, Night Flame, it's your turn. Where is correct? Oh, when it rains, it pours. Although that one I feel like is probably old. 5 minutes is a long time. Congrats on the mount. Thank you. Do you think you would ever come over and play Guild Wars 2? I wouldn't hold your breath. I have played Guild Wars 2 before. I played it years and years ago. It was fine. I don't stick with other MMOs for very long. It's like pulling teeth trying to get me to try them, and then I give them like, if I do try it, I give it like 2 weeks and then I'm back to WoW. I know this about myself. It's just how I game. Will you be going back to Nighthold? I need more transmog there. So eventually on my mog farming journey, I bet the way it's gonna go, Oh, that's Kapraku. I see. I bet the way that it's going to go, Ice tired, is that I'm going to, all the things random roll a Nighthold item and that'll send me back in there here and there. Or if I start trying to like 100% things sequentially, then eventually I'll get to Nighthold and then I'll have to get 100% of that stuff. But I think it would take me years to get 100% of like Molten Core. Like all the vanilla raids are horrific to try to 100% because of the lack of tier tokens. So, I mean, everything is, but those ones especially. So, hi, Sugar Bun. Green Arrow, thank you very much for the 13-month resub. Baldur's Gate 3, really fun. Predictions on what new class will be in the next X-Pack. Is there a new class? That would surprise me. Given that they just produced a new class for Dragonflight, I would be very surprised if there was another new class for the next expansion. I could maybe believe like another spec that's tacked onto an existing class to try and flesh out support spec options if they decide to keep support specs. But a new class would be pretty wild. Much easier than many raids. Also, Thunder Fury from MC2. Do you still play Animal Crossing? Currently, no. But when the Stringfish comes back here, when is that? Is that December or is it before December? It might be September. Might be soon. I need one more fish for my museum. ACNH Stringfish. I am a Northern Hemisphere player. I have like 200 bait saved in my bank. Northern Hemisphere, December through March. So not until December. Not until December. All right, Nightflame. Are you the lucky one? Oh, I've got rarity on. It says I have tried this 10 times, but I know for a fact that's not true. Because I've done full rounds of all my characters quite a few times. And I have 15 of them. So. Tomorrow is Thursday, the 24th. There are two things I have to say about tomorrow. Thing number one. I'm gonna be late. I got a vet appointment. I'm gonna be not home for the start of the stream, so I don't know when it's gonna start, but I'm gonna be late. I would assume maybe an hour late. It's possible it'll be more than that. I am still planning to stream when I get home, and I just don't know when that will be. Everybody's fine. It's just a routine wellness and standard, preventative care kind of vet appointment. Thing number two, whenever I do get home and stream, actually it depends on when servers come up. Tomorrow is Hardcore Classic launch. I'm kind of feeling like I want to take a stab at it. I don't particularly expect to get very far. I don't really expect to do very well. I just kind of want to make a gnome of some description. Maybe a gnome warlock. And, see how far we can get. We'll call it a mostly blind playthrough. Any luck? Nope, just a cloak. Any good on that one? I'm wearing it already. Thanks, guys. Hi. So I'll put a thing in the stream title before I get home to remind people that I'm going to be late, but I will be late, and I will probably give a go to Hardcore Classic if it's up in time. I don't know if this is one of those things where the servers are down until, like, afternoon, in which case we would delay it a day, but we'll have to see. Want to take a stab at it? Don't think I'm going to get very far. I am out here to normalize dying early. That's gonna be the thing. I betcha I can do okay. I think my biggest struggle is gonna be that I am not a big risk taker to begin with, but I'm especially not going to be a very big risk taker with hardcore, because I know if I die, it's over. Unless I get kind of fed up with it, in which case I might start taking some risks. There's that. There's also competition. I feel like the early zones are going to be like just hard to get mob tags for a while. I don't know how exactly that's going to go, but we'll have to see. Karata. Warm it off. And then the third thing is I'm just not going to remember anything. I'm not going to remember like where my trainers are. I'm not going to remember how it all works. It might come back to me after I play it for a bit. I have played some amount of Classic before. I never really made it past like 30. Although I don't think I'm expecting to make it 2:30, so we'll see. We'll see. Early zone's super overcrowded. Yeah, I think that might be kind of frustrating. We'll see. Love the names they chose for the hardcore realms. I haven't seen them yet. Curious to try it just to see how long it lasts. It's one of those things that there's like no harm in it, right? Like if you already have a WoW sub, you don't have to pay anything extra for it. And it's kind of less hard to justify to yourself investing the time because, you know, we're not kidding ourselves that this is a new thing that we're picking up that we're going to keep up for months. It's a story that is going to have an end, and then the question is what the end looks like. I think different personality types will probably take to the challenge better or worse. Obviously, if you're going to be very, very stressed or upset to lose your character, then that's going to maybe make it not as fun. Or maybe more fun, I don't know. Up to you. But I think I can have a good couple of days. Which classic will it be? Vanilla. Yeah, I think it's vanilla. Midpatch doing nothing, so not missing anything from retail anyways. Precisely. I do love Midpatch. I do love my lazy Midpatch low-key collecting, but it's definitely not the most hip, happening, hopping, trendy thing to do. The end is some sort of connection issue that you have no say in killing you. That would be the most quintessentially, I don't know, internet game thing. Well, died to lag. Rip. What do you do? I think I would be even less angry about that because I would know that one's not my fault. I think I would be less tilted because I know I didn't do it. Or more tilted because I didn't do it. One of the above. Doing the raid achievement run tonight. Sit it out. Hope they'll do another achieve run later. That's fair. That's fair. You gotta look after you first. Wonder if people clear raids in hardcore. I feel like it would be headline worthy because you would need to get enough people up, and then you would need, I mean, they would probably be pretty good players if they can at least make it through leveling. I don't know how common deaths are while raiding, but people have done it though. People did it in the community-led version. Any luck? Doodle-doo. Nope, not that time. Thanks, guys. Add-ons. Does she have rarity on? She does have rarity on. When I'm looking over, I'm going to try something that probably won't work. I'll have to see. Hello. Love the Crocta doesn't look where the main body is, but where the tip of the tail is. It was getting me for a while. That one was tricky for me to remember. Okay, so we've done up to Petal Bloom. I'm gonna, for everybody, turn on. I mean, it is on. It is enabled for everybody. I don't know why I thought that would work. Rarity. What else did we do? We were gonna take Mr. Moose swimming, but but on the day that we were gonna do it, it wasn't a weather thing. We were just kind of exhausted. Monday, Tuesday are my days off, and Monday, for whatever reason, was just one of those days where it was just exhausting. I don't remember exactly why. I think it was just a lot of short puppy attention span. A lot of difficulty on walking. Maybe, I think I'm the crazy one for trying to, like, go on walks and get anywhere with, like, a young puppy because everything's just way too distracting. And I bet it'll pay off later when he's much more used to kind of, you know, walking by other dogs and other cats and distractions and stuff like that. But right now, when it's all, like, real new and fresh, holy moly, we don't go anywhere in a hurry. And sometimes, especially if you're, like, you had some kind of misguided notion about getting somewhere in some frame of time, that can get a little bit frustrating. Anyway, Monday was just a really long day. I think the thing I stress about most is when he's just in one of his moods where he just wants to eat everything he picks up outside, because you cannot take your eyes off of him for a second, because it does not take him very long to pick up something, and then sometimes it's something he can kind of eat, and sometimes it's plastic or garbage or metal or glass or a seashell or a bone or a dead mouse. You know, like, He will find anything and pick it up extremely quickly. And you just can't take your eyes off him for a second. And getting anywhere outside with him takes like an hour or more. So it's just kind of a lot of attention. And I got so tired on Monday that Tuesday morning we were gonna take him to go do some swimming, and we were just like, what if we just take it easy? Maybe tomorrow's not the day. So we went to a park instead, and we took him into a pet store, and we finally got his license all sorted out. And we had a great day yesterday, but we did not go swimming. We'll have to save that. At least the air quality cleared up. Huh, cute cat. It was smoky for a couple of days. That was no fun. Bring a toy. Oh, we're doing everything. We're trading treats. It's just, he's 3.5 months old. He's got the attention span of a spoon. I can get him to drop it. It's just that you're doing it every 11 steps. It's not that we're not doing it. It's just that it's hard. 385. All right, there's the main. No good for that one. Thank you very much. Somebody got them out. Congrats. And leaving the group. Puppy is 4 years, still working the leave it command inside. Outside. Inside is fine. Yeah, there's like I don't know if it was a chart or if it was just a way I saw it described, but there's like, there's different factors as to how hard it is for the dog to listen. And there's like the distraction level, there's the distance you are from the dog, there's the amount of how good the thing you're trying to trade him for, distract him with is. And outside is just like the distraction meter is so high that you have to kind of back it up a bunch of steps because it's much harder for him to listen when he's being faced with all these other things, which is true, and it's fair, and he's doing great. I just get tired sometimes. I am human. It is true. I did pretty good this morning. We managed to get him past a couple of dogs and a cat. We do a thing now where sometimes there's like trees that drop things that he shouldn't be eating. Plum trees, cherry trees, horse chestnut trees. He can't have the pits and he can't have horse chestnuts at all. And he doesn't know that yet. So rather than like stopping at every single one, because there'll be like 40 of them on the ground, I ahead of the hazard will start singing my song that goes, "We're jogging past the fruit. We're jogging past the fruit." And then I'll kind of like get him hopped up with me and we'll run for a little bit and we'll jog for like, half a block to get past whatever the thing was. And he's so excited about the running. And of course he gets like a treat for keeping up with me when we get to the other side. We have a little command for it. He's so excited about that you can like skip past like a whole patch of stuff that is going to be tough for him. And right now the song still works. Eventually I may need to amp it up. Add some verses or something. What am I doing? Tarakta. That's an 18-minute-old group. I don't think that one's any good. Rarity's on for this one. This is Ripsy. Does she have her poisons on? She does. How unlike me. To be fair, I have the same problem when I hike because I stop to watch every butterfly pass. Yeah. I don't mind sniff breaks. I don't mind stopping pretty often to let him sniff stuff because it's how he's learning about his world. It's good enrichment. He is getting used to lots of different smells and it's making him think and it's tiring him out. That's all great. It's when he's eating things, which is usually just one step after sniffing things, just because I'm trying to not let him die. And that's the thing that stresses me out most. He's going to pick up something dangerous. Because I've taken bottle caps, I've taken a lot of stuff from him or traded him for it that would be really dangerous for him to eat. And I know he's going to grow out of it. And we're working on leave it, but it's a lot. But I don't want to just give up on walks and like keep him inside until he's older because I don't think that's the answer either. I don't think that's going to work. I think that sometimes puppies are just no. It's a very old group. There's no way if they haven't pulled it after 19 minutes, they're not gonna. My dog was afraid of stairs when he was 3 months. We were having a hard time getting him to jump up into the car, and so we were picking him up to lift him into the car. But he didn't really like that either. He wasn't a big fan of that. So it got to the point where he was kind of like avoiding us when he realized that we wanted him to get in the car. But yesterday, I managed to get him to walk all the way to the car door and then jump up into the car seat with encouragement, but without any like lifting, without any physical assistance. And I was so proud of him and I was so happy. We gave him big jackpot, lots of treats, lots of praise, lots of pets, big party for Moosey. Good job. Yay. He did it. It just took a little breadcrumb trail of every like 8 inches was another little chunk of his favorite treats to kind of lure him up in there, but then he did it. So we're off to a good start. He's fine when he's in the car. It's just getting into it he's not a big fan of. Getting out of it's fine. Kitty cat. How you doing? Chin rub's good. It's been nice having him have a bit more space out front though, because now we can actually like kind of play with toys a little bit more. We can do like a miniature version of Fetch in the living room if I move the furniture away a little bit, which is nice. He loves chasing the ball, loves chasing his toys. He will bring them back so he can throw them again. And we're working on a go to your spot command. We've got like a specific mat in the living room, and I'm working on training a go to your spot. We're mostly getting there. I kind of confused the point because we were teaching Fetch a little bit at the same time, so he kind of learned that he should take his toy back to his spot, which is confusing the two a little bit, and that's my fault. But we're getting there. Yeah, I think as he gets bigger, I think, Jeff, you're totally right. It's going to be a lot easier once he's a bit bigger. He can totally do it, though. He can totally do it. I know he can. What treats does Moose like? Moose's favorite treat so far, he will eat all of them. Let's be clear. He will eat anything you put in front of him, including some things that are not food if you're not careful. But his very favorite treats that I found so far in the whole world are these dehydrated beef liver. The bison liver is also good, but he likes the beef liver. They come in like little flat chips, basically, and you can break off little pieces to give to him. I buy all kinds of stuff I would never buy for myself. Those are the good stuff. They have this local brand here called Grandpa's Treats. Other places sell them, but those things are like the primo, the best thing you could possibly give him. Any progress on Spirit Fair? I built my farm and I planted some stuff and then I turned it off and I haven't turned it back on since. It's been a bit tricky to find time for it because I just want to play with my puppy. But I did play a little bit more. I haven't completely given up on it yet. Yeah, I do have a Mega Dungeon guide. It should be, I don't know if I have a command for it, but it's on my YouTube channel. It's the Dawn of the Infinites guide. I did make one. It was very late, but it is out now. Hi, Kitty. How you doing? How you doing? You want another licky treat today? Can I bribe you into getting kissed by the dog? We would all feel better. You gotta take one for the team. He really likes you. He just wants to see her so badly. He'll just lay down on the floor, like totally relaxed, not super intent or wanting to chase or anything. He'll just kind of like watch the hallway where he sometimes sees her and just kind of like mournfully watch for her to come by. He was very happy when we got her to come out and visit a tiny bit with the licky treat. Both because he wanted to see her, but also because I let him lick my fingers after the cat was done and he likes the licky treats. He just wants to be friends, honey. I'm pretty sure he wants to look after you. I think you're part of his pack. I know, you just think he's a big stinky doggy. It's very cute when he sees somebody that, like a dog or a cat, or sometimes a person that's particularly interesting. Every now and then he'll see a person, he'll be like, ooh, and he'll just like want to watch them. His first instinct is to just sit. He'll plant his butt and he'll just watch. And it's really cute. And it's a good instinct because it means that he's not being like reactive to the dogs and the cats. He's not trying to chase them. He's not like jumping into his leash or anything like that. But if you're trying to walk, it can take a long time to get him down a stretch of sidewalk if there's a dog on the opposite side of the street, especially if that dog has also planted their butt and they're just staring at each other. It's pretty funny. We were walking by the dog park and he's watching some dogs play with a ball and he was just enraptured. He was so interested. He's like, oh, that looks like fun. That looks like fun. That's a big ball they have. I want to play. I know how to do it. Let me at it. Not quite yet. Do I have a cheat for more cheat? Takes needs an Advil pill to beat. She's just harder than the rest of the instance by a good chunk. You want to make sure you have some CCs spec'd, because you can slow, root, stun, otherwise CC your clone to buy you time until the trap spawn if there's no traps. And it's also a lot easier on your healer if you kind of CC a couple of them so you stagger out when they get trapped, because when they do run into a trap, it does raid damage. So using your stun, slows, roots, etc. to kind of buy you some time will make that whole part a lot easier, because I found that was the thing that was really getting you. The cone breath is annoying, the frontal's fine, but the clones are really the problem. So both planning your move ahead of time, remembering where you left your clone, and planning where it's going to run into, and then using some CCs to kind of stagger them out makes it a million times easier. The other thing that makes it a million times easier is if a couple people die, that fight is genuinely easier. And this doesn't help you if you're trying to do a deathless run, but that fight is genuinely way easier with 3 people than it is with 5. Because the extra 2 people are just 2 extra clones that are running around eating time traps, doing raid damage. If you have a healer, a tank, and 1 DPS up, that is most of how I've killed Morchi, has been with 3/5 of the group up. Does she need that? Yeah, she could wear it. That one's 389 already. Cool, thanks. Doggo loves my cats, but only 2 of them love him back. Puppy's kind of hard to compete with. Mage Belden, thank you very much for the 34-month resub. Love and happiness to you, Kira, and Moose. Thank you very, very much. Oh, that's a good command. That's a good command. I think I missed the chat message, but I'm in favor. Aldous showed me a video of the world's most tolerant cat being besieged by about 6 golden lab puppies all looking. Aww. Do the evoker pop-ups work on that? The evoker pop-ups. I wish I understood, and I don't. It's probably something obvious that's like whooshing right over my head. Custom finder group. Any Caracta? Like upheaval. Oh yes, upheaval is great. Upheaval will work. I never remember to spec it, but upheaval is awesome. You just gotta aim it. Yeah, wing buffet will buy you time. Even tail swipe will buy you a second. All of that is super helpful. Spirit walk maybe not so much, because you'd have to hard cast it. Plus it's gonna come at you. But the rest of them. If a genie would grant you one wish, only one wish, what would that wish be and why? It's pretty sad, but I've thought about this before, and my wish would be to something that's probably possible if I just like eat broccoli and meditate, but to have full and 100% control over my own attention span. If I could just focus on what I want to, when I want to, for as long as I'd like to, I could do anything. I could do absolutely anything. And unfortunately, I am a fleshy sack of meat with a bunch of juice squirting around in my brain. And sometimes I can do that for a little while, and most of the time I am out of control. The only reason that my life isn't in shambles is because my base instincts are fairly harmless. It'd be like wishing for infinite wishes. If I could just focus, I could do anything. Did this boss because you got the mount in the first try? Oh, holy. Got the correct amount. Thanks for letting me know about it. Congrats, guys. Share some luck. Send some of that back this way. Have you seen? I know you've seen. Everyone's seen. But look at the little kitty kitty. Hey, hello. Hello. I like being able to share my cute pets. I like walking with Moose because even when it takes a long time to go anywhere with him, most of the time he's actually pretty good. We've been working on a walk with me command where he walks like right alongside in the heal position, and we're going farther and farther and farther before I like give him the treat every time. He's getting pretty good at it. He just has to be in the right mood and not be distracted by anything at that particular moment. But when you're out with him, people see him and it just makes people's day because he's so cute. You know, who doesn't love seeing a puppy? And anybody that wants to meet him can. Anybody that asks to meet the puppy will stop and let them meet the puppy. And you're just like walking around with the puppies, like being happiness Santa Claus, just making people's days left and right. He looks so goofy because he's got these giant bat ears. He's got these huge ears, and they're mostly floppy right now. They'll kind of stick halfway up and then the tops will flop over because they're so big and heavy. But if he's like really, really interested in something, he can perk them all the way up, and then he just looks like he's ridiculous. It's so funny. He's very cute. Plus, he's got paws the size of spatulas. Has he had any more playdates with his puppy friend? We've met them in the street a few times. I have yet to give them like my number or anything. It just never comes up. But they live pretty nearby, so we run into them fairly often. He loves lots of puppies, but he especially loves that one. He's pretty rapidly getting too big to play with her, though, just because he doesn't have a good grip on controlling his body weight when he's throwing it around, and this is kind of a delicate, younger-ish dog that I think could probably keep up, but her people are older, and they're a bit nervous about it, and they're also, they can't hold on to a leash that's being tornadoed either. So in the interest of not harming anybody, we don't do it for super long, because if he gets really worked up, he's gonna take somebody out, and that's not how we want to treat the neighbors. I like all the neighbors. I've never felt quite so much a part of my community. Like, I've met so many people within the building and the blocks and stuff like that, since getting the puppy. So I'm trying to be a good neighbor. I'm trying to be neighborly and not take anybody out of the ankles. It's going good so far. I'm also like way more invested in the general, I don't know, health and well-being of the block. Like, I get kind of crankier than before when people like litter or don't pick up after their dogs or are driving too fast or are otherwise doing things that are like unsafe or inconsiderate. I'm like extra crabby about it. Before I was just kind of like, well, this is not I just live here. And now I'm like, I live here, excuse me. There are children on the street. There are cats. You can't just do that. I mean, you can, but it's frowned upon. And I'm frowning. Is there another druid here? There is. I am a tank. We got a correct. Oh, this is Clack Attack. I'm dumb. I'm so sorry. Whoops. I was looking for Caracta. I'm pretty sure well, Caracta was up. But that was definitely a Clack Attack group and not a Caracta group. I guess I could have just tried to solo it, but that wouldn't have gone very far. What time is it? Only 9:45. Start a group. No, not start a group. Search for a group. Find a group. Here we go. That is Clack Attack. You gotta watch with the eyeballs and the letters. Met a lot of people when we lost our cat. Having a puppy reason much nicer. I wish I had a photographer handy that could take pictures of my puppy. I just need to find the right spot. I can take okay pictures. I'm certainly no professional photographer, but I have more cameras than I know what's good for me, and I can sometimes aim them and adjust a couple settings. It's just, I didn't realize how hard it is to take pictures of puppies because they don't sit still. I guess I can try and train him into some pose commands or something, but like, I couldn't believe that there weren't better pictures of all of these puppies when I was like browsing puppies at various shelters and rescues. And then I got my puppy and I was trying to get photos of him, and I have a ton of super cute video. And it's actually really hard to get pictures that show exactly how cute he is, because whenever he's being really cute, he's also moving. You can certainly change your shutter speed and do things to accommodate for that and take some action shots, and I'm probably going to have to get better at that. But I'm certainly more used to taking portrait photos where everything is pretty still and you can have like a, wider aperture and a lower depth of field and all that. Tim Wood, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Easier if the photographer is further away, not distracting the puppy for sure. I think that is also my problem, is that as soon as I want to take a picture, I usually want to get somewhat close so I can get like a really good one with lots of detail, and then he's like, oh, hey, Mom, what you got there? And then it's just a picture of his nose. Yeah, selecting frames from videos is a pretty good alternative. It's not quite as I was gonna say gourmet. That's not the right word. It's not quite as gorgeous as what I want, but in the meantime, I just gotta find, and I don't think it exists, some time to take him to a dog park where there are not other dogs there, but dogs are also allowed there. There's some dog parks in the city that you would go by and you're like, well, there's nobody here in the middle of the day. That would be a good time. And then you like look up, I was reading through the Victoria dog bylaws, because of course I was. And those are actually hours. The dog park is only open to dogs in the morning and then in the evening. It's actually during the day you're not allowed to have your dog there. I don't know why, but there's a reason that nobody's there. It's because it's against the bylaw. Volunteer taking a video of him. Maybe that could be something you could get into. Volunteer videoing puppy dogs. That's a good idea. I'm going to take a very short break, and I'm going to hope that there's some corrector groups when I get back. 1 second. BRB. Sorry about that. Pardon me. Forgot my earbud. Hannah Harmco, thank you for the 19-month resub. Very much appreciated. Okie dokie. Karaka. Oh, good timing. 11 seconds ago. Brand new group. Zeester, thank you for the 28-month resub. Hello, hello. Hello. Not 28, 33. 33-month resub. Holy smokes. Alright. This could be the one. You never know. Worth a try. Oh, I still have a Lord of Blackrock in my quest inventory. After our Karacta kills for today, which is probably going to take a little bit to get through, but after our day's Karacta kills, I'd like to do a daily of whelp daycare. Just like if there's any dailies I need for the achievement, and also if there's, I mean, not if, there will be a new day of like whelp daycare to properly do because I do not yet have all of my whelps. And then the thing that we're working on right now with all the things random is Anthus needs a paladin plate chest piece from tier 7 Nexramus. So he can do Nexramus and maybe Vault of Archivon if it's up. You should be out of bear form to admire the mock. Indeed. Oh, we're going. We're going. That's cat form. That's not quite right. There's the one. There's the stuff. Been here a minute. Loved every minute of it, though. Got my floaty boy offhand from Sepulcher. Very nice. Floaty boy offhand from Sepulcher. Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think I used one of those on my priest. I think. The little, not a Pokepoke looking guy, but like a similar design of little, yeah, those are cool. Oh, I'm comfy. Kitty cat, you left? I think kitty cat left. She used to just like sit and wait for me to come back and like stream while I was gone. Not so much recently. I think she probably just went back to bed. Maybe went back to her bowl. The drones. I think it'll be fun when I eventually get around to farming Shadowlands transmog. It'll be a long time. Any luck? Nope. Okie dokie. Thank you. It'll be a long time. But there's just so many cool appearances there. And it's a lot. It'll keep you busy for a while, especially if you're trying to do like all armor types, all covenants. Goodness. Good grief. That's a big grind. Yeah, only great things from Shadowlands. They had fantastic transmog. Oh, man. Yeah, all armor types, all mock is going to be a project because you would need to progress. You would need your renown. I would need to remind myself how you even get renown anymore. Weeklies? There was catch-up renown, but from what? I don't remember. I've cleared off the Shadowlands shelf in my brain. Yay, Cracker. Thank you very much for the 34-month resub. If you're going to grow your hair back out, I'm not currently planning on it. I may always change my mind. I change my hair pretty often, but I'm not currently planning to grow it out. I'm looking for Karacta. It's just very hard to think about doing all this stuff again is the thing. I liked the way it looked, especially when I was blow drying it and styling it, but it was just such a colossal amount of time and then a lot of stuff you can't do. You can't touch it, you can't smush it, you can't roll around on the couch and take a nap without putting your special silk bonnet on, especially if you're trying to like preserve your curls. You got to keep it dry of this and you got to put this stuff in it and then you got to do this. It's just a lot of doing. It wouldn't be such a big deal if I didn't have such curly hair naturally, but natural curls are more of a project than I'm currently willing to keep up with. Renown's not that hard anymore with the level 60 start boost. Check how much anime you need eventually. I don't think I want to know that number. I don't think that's a number that I want to know. Clack attack. Does he drop everything? Anything I need? Cobrok does. What does clack attack drop? Anything? Let me see. Clack. Toy box? No. Maybe something. Who's to say? Got mine cut and dyed yesterday in preparation for a wedding this weekend. Very nice. Thinking to give 60 renown. A lot of the grind is gone. And you needed to get that to... You needed to get that up to... Oh, I forget what I'm trying to say. I did get all the protoform synthesis stuff. That wasn't that bad. Doing protoform synthesis mounts and pets at the time was not that bad, in my personal subjective opinion. You could grind enough motes to make a mount in like a half an hour in a group, and I would just kind of do like one mount worth a day, and then I would just do more the next day. It was pretty reasonable if you paced it out some. There's just a lot of different things, but that was fun. I liked that a lot. I would be down if they did something like that again. Renown cap was 80, 70 and 80 was cosmetics only. Cosmetics are what I'm looking for though. So I would potentially need to, at least on a character of each armor type, get them up to 80. But those were by armor type and not by class. So at least I wouldn't have to do it on every class. I would be able to do like one plate mail leather. And then of course I've already done it on cloth. So I think it would be reasonable. Somewhat. Only bad thing was the recipe for the mount from the Paragon rep. That, and then surprisingly not that many people ended up getting the... Oh, what was it called? It was one of the birds. Raptor. The mod-adapted Raptora. The schematic for this one dropped. It was a rare drop from some of the elites. And some people farmed it out, but a lot of people didn't bother. That's one of the lesser collected protoform synthesis mounts still. Worst grinds would be the Covenant special thingy in each. Yeah. I don't mind thinking about it because it's, to be honest, a very future me problem. I guess maybe I might get like a random thing selected in my ATT random that I could go work on. That would make me do it for a bit, but I think the day where I'm trying to systemically clear out all of Shadowlands Mog, pretty far away. Because if I was going to systemically clear out anything, I would start at the beginning. I would start with classic stuff. So I would have an awful lot of stuff to do before I get to, before I make it all the way to Shadowlands. Yeah, I got all the Torghast mounts. I did actually quite good with Shadowlands mount collecting. Let me pull up my simple armory while I'm waiting for a Karaka to spawn or for a group to pop up. I did pretty good with Shadowlands mounts. Let me see. Simple armory. Simple armory for me. Collectibles, mounts, share screen. So this is my mount collection, more or less. Shadowlands mounts. I did all of the Covenant mounts. Night Fae, Kyrian, Necro, Venthyr. All of them. All of the rare spawn mounts. All of the daily activity mounts. Almost none of the raid drop mounts. Those aren't really things that I was farming. So I do not have Gloom Charger from the 9. I do not have Vengeance from Sylvanas. And I do not have the Jailer mount. But I do have the AOTC mount. I got the Slime Serpent, but no Marrow Fang and no Solia Gear Glider. But I did get the Achievement Gear Glider. We did all the Paragon rep mounts. We did all the rep mounts. Maw mounts, Tormentors, both of the Riddle mounts, all of this. These 3 that we're missing are Glory of the Raider achievements. So I didn't do Glory of the Hero. I didn't do Nathria or Dominance Raider. I did do Glory of the Sepulchre Raider, which is very unlike me. So I got one of them. Any luck here? Karaka? No? Okay. As far as expansions go, though, Shadowlands was one of my most complete for mount collecting. If you look at BFA, I have more gaps in BFA. I'm still missing 2 dungeon mounts, most of the rare spawn mounts, Fabius, the Kodo, Rust Feather, Arachnid Harvester, and Soundless. Don't have any of that. What is that? Oh, PvP. And then, again, Glory of the Raider achievements I don't usually do while they're current. I did get all the island mounts, all the Warfront mounts, assault mounts, etc. I did pretty good there. Class mounts. Not so much. Not so good. I need to work on this one. This is one of our next farms, the Abyss farm from Sassine. I'm missing a lot of achievement mounts. I'm sure some of these are not that hard to go back and do now. What about Draenor? Most of the WoD mounts. What is this? Randomly missing Vol'jin's Spear. So I just need a Horde character with 5k gold and some Apexis crystals. And some rep. That's the trick. I'll probably have to grind the rep again for that one. Hate to flex my subs lead, but I gotta go. Play some Baldur's Gate 3 with friends. Have fun! That sounds like a wonderful day. Dire Fang. Yeah, missing some stuff. You get back a little farther and I've got more of them cleared out. I have almost every mop mount. What is this? Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider. That's the only mop mount I'm missing. The only Cataclysm quest. Oh no, I have all the Cataclysm mounts. That's really all the mounts that they added in Cataclysm? Man, they really amped up the mounts at a certain point in their lives. There's one row of cata mounts. I have almost all of them. Because I do have the Vashir Seahorse. It's just that it doesn't show for whatever reason unless you did it on that character. And then I have every TBC mount. All the old racial mounts. I need the Pond Nettle still. These are shockingly easy and I just never did them. That one's coming. Patty's Cap is coming. Most of the holiday mounts. The most collected mount that I don't have, I can check on Data for Azeroth, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the... Here, we'll just check on Data for Azeroth. My guesses are Tanan Jungle mounts or the Garrison Invasion mounts. Those ones, maybe Guild Achievement mounts as well. Those ones kind of come to mind. But let me look at Data for Azeroth here. Hi, kitty cat. Welcome back. Yeah. Hi. So mounts, and then not collected, sorted by rarity. So yeah, turbocharged flying machine, engineering mount, class mounts I'm missing. Lots of people have those. 20% of people have the Blacksteel Battle Boar. My guild just never did Guild Glory the Renovator. I don't know what to say. Don't have that mount. And then a lot of class mounts. The Bloodhoof Bull is up there as well. That's a Warlords of Draenor World Rare drop from Knack the Thunderer into Grand. 17% of accounts have that. I do not have that one yet. This is how I used to pick mounts to farm, but I don't know. It's okay. Really? No character group? I might have missed a few. I might have missed a few while I've been busy. Hi. Rat Stallion's alright. Sewer's mostly empty. Takes a few hours to knock out. Oh. I have partial progress on that. I want to say Inksy. I think that character has... I don't know, it's like, how much is it for that one? Rat Stallion. It's like 20,000 eyes or something? Yeah, I think I have like 5,000 or 6,000 of them done. Not that that's that impressive. Spanning +2s for Necrotic Wake and Gambit mounts in Season 3. Oh, you remember them. Oh. You gave me a heart attack. I misread it. Through no fault of your own. I misread it. And I thought you said you recommended it for Shadowlands or for Dragonflight Season 3, and I'm like, are they bringing them back already? I'm not ready. No, thank you. Not yet. I love those. I liked both of those dungeons a lot, and I'm not ready to do them again yet. Both rare drops from Grand, looking for Gorgon Frostfire. Evening, Hazel and Chad. Hello. Good evening, Mrs. Raku. How are you doing? We are in a little bit of a Karakta dry spell, aren't we? Got the tools for the last mount 2 days ago. Played actively in Shadowlands. Been grinding them since. Oh, the thing from the raid. Oh, that's right. The hairpin. The thingy from Lahuvim. Lahuvim's... Oh. Yeah, that was ugly. I did get it eventually, but that one was not forthcoming. There's a bubble poppy over there. Oh, but there's a Karakta up right now. Group up, group up, group up. Taking a day off from WoW, playing some Elite Dangerous. I don't think I've heard of that one. Declined? Delisted? Oh. Just a public service announcement. You can do it in a raid group and everybody does still get a chance. That's okay. Boy needs to go get this flight point anyways. It'll come in handy. Elite Dangerous is trucking simulator in space. Very nice. Katie, what have we been playing? Mostly just fetch, huh? Or, as we call it, go get it, followed by bring it here. More than that, space sandbox. Oversimplify? Come on, it's boy's lucky turn. I guess he can pick up this daycare. Not that he needs to do it. My other characters need to do it. I'm glad he's still kicking around. I'm also glad the Hot Wheels ramp beard is still in full effect. I don't know what would have changed it. Nothing. No one can dampen that beard. One part of me thinks that I should do a bit of research on just reminding myself of what's going on in Classic. And then the other part of me thinks that I should just go in blind. Blind. Is boy a crier in your head because that could use the ramp? Oh, like to catch his tears? What if he sheds tears, but only when he's furious, when he gets really angry? Tears pour from his eyes as his rage consumes him. Oh, to launch. All right, you've lost me. You've lost me. There's an interesting debate in the truck simulator community. Is it better for the billboards in the game to have real ads or fake ads? Was it like an evenly matched debate? There must be some consideration I'm not thinking of, because as a confessed non-member of the truck simulator community, my first instinct is that fake ads would be better because A, they could be funny, and B, you know, they're not real ads. Assuming that you paid for this game and it's not a free game. Is the argument for real ads just realism? Real ads are more immersive? Realism, I see. But like, I don't know. This is an oversimplification, but if you really want realism that much, you can drive a truck. You know? Is game. Yeah, I guess the immersion argument. I'm not the right person to weigh in on that one. I've never valued it that much. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. I'm not really serious about the go actually drive a truck thing. I understand there's a lot of barriers in between most people and driving an 18-wheeler. Hi, kitty. I think I'm just like, and this is, you know, funny because I make my living off of advertisement, or off of people selling ad space on my content. But, I don't know. Ads where they don't belong. Ads where I do not expect ads to be, or ads that I cannot turn off. I like it when I can disable ads with like a paid subscription. Like, I am that person. I will pay, you know, a couple bucks a month or more to, like, you know, YouTube Premium or like a Twitch sub or something to disable the ads and that on that particular form of content, because I just don't have a lot of patience for them anymore. Which, again, I understand is kind of ironic when I make my living off of them. Yeah, I know about Twitch Turbo. Not a lot of people do, though. I feel like Twitch doesn't really want you to know about Turbo because it's not as profitable for them as people just subbing to their individual channels. Do you get more money from the ads or subscriptions? Do people have to watch the ads to get money from them? I don't have very specific data about exactly how the ad money comes through. Subscriptions are more valuable to me, though. It's the same thing on YouTube. Like a view from somebody that has YouTube Red or Premium or whatever they call it these days will pay me directly more than the ad view would have. So it's always more beneficial to me as a creator when people have bypassed the ad paywalls. But I don't have a lot of data about whether or not somebody like ad blocks or skips or whatever, if that impacts my revenue. I'm assuming it would. The mechanics of exactly how they calculate how much they pay you out are pretty not transparent. They pretty much go, well, you got this many views and this was your CPM and these were the views that, like, I guess it is kind of transparent. These are the views that were payable, I guess. And it all changes, right? Like, you're never going to get like a fixed CPM. You're going to get, it fluctuates constantly. So you just kind of take what you get, because it's not like you're ever going to be like, excuse me, I think you owe me more. It's not exactly how this works. I got a cloth belt, which he'll take it because he could upgrade it. No mount that time, but we have more chances. Thanks. They even push it now. They've got a button on the main UI. Oh, that's good. That's good. I remember when they were trying to... Maybe I'm thinking of Discord. No, Discord is definitely pushing Nitro. There was some kind of thing that they were trying to bury because it was like, I don't know, too good or something like that. If I sub to YouTube to avoid ads, better for you. And for every creator that you watch, too. Every creator that you watch that's monetizing will benefit more from a premium view. I always liked having YouTube Premium because when I was watching YouTube, I was doing it on my TV through like my smart TV or like my Apple TV box, and it's not as easy to ad block there as it would be just like on a PC. So it was worth the fee just to not have ads when I was watching like Taskmaster or whatever on my TV, at least before I got into Taskmaster Supermax, because I'm a Taskmaster fan. That's the word I was going for. Caracta. Turbo was nearly cut. Been so nice. Had it for like a decade now. No ads in Twitch anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand that not everybody wants to or is able to spend money, like actual money, to remove their ads from their experience. I'm sensitive to that. It's so nice though as a viewer. I hate ads a lot. And especially on stream, you know, Twitch is making steps. They have added something pretty recently where I can see on my interface when an ad is running. So I can see when non-subs are currently watching an ad. So I could maybe, especially if like a non-sub just asked me a question and I'm about to answer it, I could maybe look at that and be like, you know what, I'll get back to you in a minute. I can see exactly when they've come back. And that's pretty new. Before I didn't really know when the auto ads were running or not. So this is better. It's definitely a lot more visible to me in my interface. But even better than that. Nowadays, with that new interface, whenever I see that all the non-subs are watching an ad, I'll still talk to chat. I just talk to subs. Top right next to your profile pic is a big get ad free button for Turbo. Do you run ads when you leave the chair to push that back? Exactly, yeah. I don't have the timer currently running. I get a 5-minute countdown when it's about to come in. I run 3 minutes of ads an hour, I think. It's either 2 or 3. I think it's 3. I run 3 minutes of ads an hour, which is annoying when it's live content, but if you compare it to sitcoms, it's not so bad. I used to get 5 minutes of ads every 25 minutes. And if I run an ad when I get up in AFK, it will push back the auto ad timer, I'm pretty sure. I usually try to press the button when I get up because there's nothing to be watching anyways. But I really appreciate the ad revenue I get off Twitch because it's been a big part of my living, at least in the last year or so. I know all of the Twitch ad changes have made them not very user friendly, and I'm glad they're making big steps to make them less annoying to people. I've been able to earn enough money from them to help out substantially with things like rent and expenses, which I like. Appreciate it. Being confused by American TV shows until I lived in the US, realized the weird edits and cuts were for the ad breaks mid-show. Is that a specifically American thing? I never thought of it. We certainly, I guess we got a lot of American TV in Canada, but it was pretty normal for there to be ad breaks planned into the show, and you couldn't really do a whole lot. I would just try to like get my snacks and do my bathroom breaks and stuff while ads were playing. I also picked up the habit from my grandparents of muting the TV when the ads were on because they can play the ads but they can't make me watch them. So I would have like a big mute button, and I would just mute them when they were on, and then somebody would be like, oh, it's back on, and then you have to like race to unmute the TV whenever the ads are over. Okay. I don't know that, Saint 14. I would assume that they're on top of that, though. YouTube certainly is. One channel has 0 commercial ads. Channels that do only run ads in between shows or midway through if it's an hour-long episode. Super hard time picking between Druid and Paladin. That's the tough one. Our ads when you go to the cinema, which I find weird. No luck there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more corrected chances left today. How do you pick between Druid and Paladin? Druid has more spec options. Druid's faster. Druid can get places quicker. They've got more movement speed. Yeah, I haven't watched cable or like just general television in a long time. And I know I'm not the only one. That's pretty... I'd say a generational thing, but even people I know that are like my parents' generation, they've all cut cable also. I think, anyway. Oh, correct is this way. Oh, it's up too. I can probably list a group myself. Pre-made custom, find a group. No, start a group. Paladin does have the big ding-dong sound from Divine Bell. That is true. That's true. Didn't have cable. Mom moved in. 70 could not figure out streaming. Now we have cable again. How long did it take me to maximize my alchemy points? I think I finished it like maybe a month ago. So from the beginning of Dragonflight to July? Whenever that was. But I was not maximizing my points for the whole time. I was not getting every possible point. I skipped weeks. I forgot to do weeks. I wouldn't get all my knowledge every week. I wouldn't always get all my points. So I did it pretty slow. I was pretty lazy. Teptrum, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. Hey Hazel, thanks for the streams. Just finished my nursing degree and your stream is perfect after a long day at the hospital. Congratulations on your degree. That's amazing. That's wonderful. Thanks so much. App for my computer, iPad anyway, so I can watch the shows I want whenever I want. I need to look at this picture and find out if I can show you guys. 1 second. Photos. Sort. Thank goodness for cloud solutions. It used to be such a pain in the butt to get pictures off of my phone onto my computer because of reasons. And it's so easy now. I appreciate it very much, Descending. Oh, you know what? I didn't save it. That's why. I didn't save the picture. I can't show it to you. It's on my phone. Alright. Belt, yes. Mount. No mount. A for effort. Next character. Streaming is just cable now. Yeah. But without ads. At least usually. I guess there's always in-content ads. You can't say Netflix doesn't have any ads when you watch a Netflix show that's just like filled with product placement. They're just getting cleverer now. Watching as I'm working, sitting in a meeting that has nothing to do with my job. So they get you. Kitty cat, you want to hang out in here today? Maybe I can do some more today. I gotta at the very least post that Nighthold mount clip to YouTube, just in case anyone that watches there wants to see it. What else are we working on? It's kind of like late patch. We can do some stuff about the next patch. Maybe make some time when it comes out. I'm honestly just kind of taking a couple... I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been taking a couple of lazy years. But I'm also taking a mildly lazy week or 2 or 4. Puppy's young. We're checking for karate groups. Lots of services have tiers with ads. Oh, I guess that's true. I hadn't heard of that. Cheaper ad versions. Oh, really? I didn't know Disney Plus did one. How long have you had Moose for now? Just past 2 weeks. This most recent Sunday was exactly 2 weeks. So 2 weeks and 3 days that we've had Moose with us. Which is both a lifetime and also no time at all. Time means nothing. It's crazy. I can't believe that he's been here that long. I did finally get the Gul'dan mount. I did. I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. I don't have any current plans to. It's probably really fun. It seems like the kind of thing I'm going to pick up on sale in like 6 years and then play a bunch of after nobody cares anymore. Such a short time for how much he's learned. I think so too. I took him into a pet store that he'd never been into on one of the days off. And he was so good. He is an angel with other people in public. He occasionally, when we're home or on walks, will get like really riled up and do the puppy crazies. But like in a store, he's just walk, politely sniff, sniff, sniff. You know, one of the people at the store will ask if he can have a treat. No, of course he can. He'll look up at them and he'll sit very nicely. And he'll take it very gently from their hand. He's all sugar dust and angels around strangers. And then when he's home and he's like comfy and he's playing, and all of a sudden the shark comes out. He's pretty good though. He hasn't been very chompy recently. Specific training program with him. I read a book about positive reinforcement dog training, and I have been kind of loosely following the lessons in the book, or at the very least I'm using the principles and the techniques to train him commands on an as needed basis. So we've done sit, down, spin, drop it, I'm working on take it, and I'm working on go to your spot, as well as some walking commands for when we're actually like out walking to get him to like sort of walk beside me and you know, come over and wait while we're getting passed by dogs and stuff like that. I'm using a clicker. I'm using a gratuitous amount of treats. I'm trying my very best to eyeball his calories, make sure he's not eating too many of his treats. There's the 90-10 rule where no more than 10% of his calories are supposed to come from treats, which is tough when you're doing a lot of training that's very treat-based. I break his treats into itty-bitty little pieces for him. And I occasionally can train him just using his kibble, just using his dinner or breakfast or whatever. But yeah, it's not like we're not working with a third-party trainer, but he's been doing really well with us. With the... I read The Power of Positive Dog Training by Pat Miller is the book that I read. And I've been pleased with it so far because it's been working. Is he still at the Velociraptor stage? I swear by 30 days to puppy perfection. Oh. He is still sometimes a land shark. He's pretty good though, especially because he's still very young. He was born May 10th, which makes him today 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Hang on. I had it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He is 15 weeks old today. He's still pretty young. He's pretty baby. My favorite of that nonsense. WWE in America is on Peacock and they run ads. Everywhere else they're on their own network without ads. During a live show, when Peacock is running ads, the rest of the world just sees filler nonsense. Oh, that's funny. The backstage stuff. Not the uninteresting puff pieces that I already know all about already. Mm-hmm. He's 15 resets old. That is true. He is. Proudest trick I taught my beagle was to lay down, tell him to wait, put a treat in his paw. Cannot take it until I say okay. It took 2 years. That's pretty good, though. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. I was really proud that Moose also figured out how to go fetch something and bring it back to me, just because I've had dogs before, and I've played with dogs before, where they just either can't or won't or don't have any interest in doing that for any amount of treats. Like, they'll get halfway there and they'll lose it, or they'll get there and they'll just, like, leave it, or they'll bring it halfway back and then they'll veer off, or they'll, like, take it and then take it somewhere else. He doesn't do it all the time, and it's easier when we're indoors, but right now he can go get a ball, catch it, which takes some pretty good coordination, especially when you have paws the size of dinner plates, and then bring it back to me for me to throw it again. And I think that's a miracle. I think he would make a great retriever, even though he's not technically any part of retriever, I don't think. I don't know, I haven't DNA tested him yet. He is a very smart cookie. Did you see the video where we showed his sit and his down and his spin? He's getting faster at the spin. Plus, I don't have to have the treat in my hand anymore. We have faded the lure for that one. I taught him something we call gentleman. Sits up, puts his front paws on my hand, kind of bows. Aww. That's real cute. I haven't gotten around to teaching him stay yet. I think I need to do that one. It seems important. We've only had the dog for 2.5 weeks, but that's next on our list, I think. Sanguinette, thank you for the 7-month resub. Very much appreciated. Yeah, it's the smart thing is a double-edged sword, because on one hand, he loves training and he picks up new commands like lightning. On the other hand, he watches you very intently when you're doing things like opening cupboards and going through gates, and he is workshopping how to do it all himself. You see him like investigating mechanisms for things and being like, well, if I pull it this way, nope, does it need a twist? I think I'm probably going to need to get some baby proofing to secure my cabinets shut, because I think he's about 3 days away from learning how to open the cupboards. He can already do drawers if they're within his paw reach, and he's getting taller every day. So I think that keeping things that are very attractive to him, like his treats and his dinner, safely secured from him when it's not currently mealtime is going to be a little bit of an arms race, because he's really, really smart. Just spam sit to make him stay. Reading a book on clicker training cats right now. Both dog is the word wait works better. Sometimes maybe it's a tone thing. Like if sometimes people just through habit will get very intense when they say certain words, and the dog's like, oh geez, we're not having fun anymore. And it won't, you know, the mood changes. I know that he listens to me a lot better when we're both in a good mood and we're both kind of like doing a thing together. He is much more a fan of that than he is of being barked at or being talked to sternly. And even the important commands like sit and drop it and stuff don't have to be serious. They just have to be cues that he learns. So maybe. But also, you never know with doggies. You never know what's going on. I would love a Caracta spawn. One Caracta spawn, please. You don't like being barked at either. It's funny. I hate noise more than he does. I get kind of overwhelmed sometimes when I'm in public with him, just from my own issues. We're walking down the sidewalk, and there's a dog barking on the yard to our side, and that's one thing. And then a car pulls up, and it parks on the other side, and there's a dog barking in there. And of course, Mr. Moose parks his butt because he's like, oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Plus, there's somebody like mowing a lawn or like trimming a hedge or something really loud, like loud yard work happening like one more house like down, and it's like bark, and of course he doesn't want to move. And it was so many things going on at once of like, okay, don't have him freak out the dog to the right, dog to the left's getting out of the car. There's so much sound. He was much more chill about it than I was. I was not having a good time. As it turned out, one of the other dogs was actually also named Moose. I don't think he's the only moose in this city. This is taking over chat. Really like your videos? Thank you very much. Once had a border collie that was really clever. Had to lead him at a boarding place. Not only did he figure out how to open his gate, he let all the other dogs out too. Oh, this poor guy is trying real hard to get a Clack Attack group. Am I high enough out level to help him with that? Clack Attack's like up there. Yeah, let's just go do it. Let's just actually go do it. Forget Caracta for a second. This person from Shadow Moon is in need of a Clack Attack kill. I'm coming. I'm on my way. 2 moose? 2 moose. I thought there were not moose on the island. There weren't. There are now. But the guy that owned the moose, the other moose, was like, get out. No way. He was very excited. Your dog's named Moose? My dog's named Moose. Oh, crystalline reflection does exactly what it says it does. I just reflected my own mind games onto myself. My beagle is Watson. To be specific, Dr. Mudflaps Watson. One thing I'm going to have to teach him in a hurry is how to wait for me by the door and let me clean off his paws, because he's going to be real muddy when he gets in. I'm going for it. I believe in myself. And my life's going to be a lot easier if I can get him to let me clean him up a little bit before he goes tearing over all of the rugs and the furniture and making an enormous mess of everything. Although I think enormous mess was kind of what I signed up for when I got a large dog that's going to shed a fair amount. I was learning more about the different kinds of double coats, or like the different sort of lengths, I guess, of double coats that German Shepherds can have, because he's a German Shepherd Husky mix, both of which are double coated dogs. But his coat, even though he is getting his undercoat in, his puppy coat's kind of like filling out a bit. He is getting fluffier. I don't think he's ever going to be like a really fluffy dog. And I was looking into it, and apparently not all German Shepherds are that fluffy. Like, they're all going to have an undercoat, but sometimes it's a much more flat, minimal undercoat that won't shed quite as much. And that was from the line from more East Germany that was like working dogs. Whereas like the really big, fluffy ones were bred for like a different thing. So it's possible that whoever his German Shepherd ancestor was just not a very fluffy one. And that's where a lot of his genes are from. Which would be nice because it means, I mean, as much as I love big fluffy, it would mean he's not going to shed quite as much as the really big floofy ones. Okay, anything cool? I got a ring I don't need. Oh, a couple other people showed up too. Nice. I'm gonna go back to Correcta now. Depending on the region, Germans can be very fluffy. I noticed you didn't say shepherds. Did not realize they were actually from Germany. Well, you'll also be training him for grooming visits so he gets used to it. Yeah, there's a groomer that does like puppy intros that I'm going to take him to. In the meantime, I have been doing giving him baths at home and handling his paws an awful lot. Plus I brush his teeth every day to get him used to all of that. I haven't taken the nail file to him yet, and that's on our list of things to do. But yeah, I definitely want to make sure that he's comfy with all that. Or at least he doesn't have to love it, but he needs to not lose his mind for that kind of thing. Because I mostly want to bathe him at home, but I would love if it wasn't the first time he saw a groomer after he like finds a skunk or something. Ringus Bingus, thank you for the 20-month resub. Loving the puppy content on Insta. I have a German Shepherd Husky cross named Bane Bloodhoof. Another one? That's wonderful. I'm very curious. I want to know all about your dog. I'm just curious about what to expect from Mr. Moosey. I know they all vary a lot. They're all very different. I want to know if he's going to be big. I'm still in a group. I don't mean to be in a group. I want to find a Correcta group. Here we go. Floofy American Akitas. Sheds 4 times a year. Right now really bad. 2 others are okay, but she's a puffball. Yeah. The Malamute cross that I had as a kid was also like that. Like in theory, they blow their coat twice a year, and practically, sometimes it's just like a continual explosion. Every time I sweep, I get another golden retriever. My golden is so fluffy. It's shedding a lot more than the other 2 others. Used to trip on those long ears. I think the most recent video that I posted to the Instagram story where I show off some of him doing his commands a little bit. He's got his ears fully up and he's got like huge bat ears. Mickey Mouse over there. Yeah, I think muddy paws may be more, I mean the shedding will be something, but I think muddy paws may be more of an issue than the shedding. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. He's a real good boy though, and he learns stuff really well. So I bet you if I train him, we can have a nice, polite, calm cleaning off ritual once we get inside the house. We'll get a little station, nice little moosey towel, some special cleaning off treats or something. Okie dokie. I'm going to PI, and I'm going to do some Shadow Priest things. He's so good. And showing up my baby. Not too big, sheds weather dependent, large breaks in between. In Alberta, tough with the weather this year. Oh, super smart fellow though. Husky Shepherds are awesome. I feel like my Mr. Moose Differ would be really good at agility. He just likes learning stuff. And when he wants to be, he's very fast. That dog can sprint. I swear my beagle is a drama queen. Try to clip his nails, which I've been doing since he was a puppy. Loses his mind, but when the vet does it, he's an angel. I try to, whenever there's a tantrum, I try to be flattered that he's comfortable enough with me to throw the tantrum. I try to take it as a compliment. I don't know if that's quite how it works, but that's how I'm choosing to believe. The moose has scoots. Scooty McMoose. Shirt like a dog so his belly gets super dirty. Wonder why PI doesn't show on the party frames. Bane Bloodhoof. That's an excellent name for a Shepsky. I saw somewhere online they were calling them Gerbarian Shepskis, which is just the... Shepsky I'll give you, but Gerbarian sounds pretty ridiculous. You're just mix and matching place names at that point. Siberia and Germany are different places. You can't just... I mean, I suppose you can. You can do anything you want. Crinkle, it's your turn. Go get us a crocodile. Don't even know how to spell that. I don't think it's a real word. I don't think you have to worry about it. Cybermany Shapersky. Yeah, there you go. He doesn't look at all like a husky. And it's okay because he's the cutest boy ever. And I told myself I wasn't going to get a husky anyways, although apparently I got a half a husky. But the tiny part of me that loves huskies a lot is a little tiny bit disappointed he doesn't have more husky features, even though he's perfect and he's very adorable. People ask if he's a purebred German Shepherd because he just looks so much like one right now. Maybe when he grows up, I'll be able to recognize some more. And his grumbling is certainly a very husky thing. He complains like a husky. I didn't know this was an anti-portmanteau channel. I don't know why that one annoyed me so much, but yeah, I'm very pick and choose with those. What did I used to get angry about? Not angry, but I used to get really fed up with people making just gratuitous amounts of acronyms in WoW. Like, people shortening things that are not that long to say into, like, into new acronyms, especially when they share. I'm pretty sure VOTW is multiple different things, like Vault of the Wardens, but there's also other things that it could be. I forget what. There's a few different acronyms that are like more confusing and more work than just saying the thing. And it's not so much anymore. Maybe we finally had enough WoW that people have realized that sometimes you can just say the thing. But man, there was definitely a phase of a couple of years where it was nonstop, and I was like, no, I'm not saying that. You can't make me. Does have a bit of a husky snout. Pointier than most German Shepherds I've seen. Kind of bummed that my beagle doesn't howl much, and I feel that it is odd that I want him to howl. Yeah. I feel you on that. Sometimes I kind of wanted to do a thing, and I'm like, it's probably good that he's not doing this. But, you know. Buggy. Dog has the German Shepherd eyes, but the husky tails. Shepherds with the downward-facing tails. Mr. Bane has a husky posterior. Mr. Moose's tail is mostly down. Except for when he's really interested in something and walking, and then it's kind of like in the middle, like he can't decide where to put it. You like language. Do you know the difference between acronyms and initialisms? I don't. If I had to guess... No, I wouldn't be able to guess. What is the difference? Here, I can Google it. Let's learn through reading. Acronym versus... I never heard of an initialism. An acronym... An abbreviation is a truncated word. Acronym is made up of parts of the phrase. An initialism... Okay, so an acronym is pronounced as a word. So, like, when we were calling... if you were to call Dawn of the Infinites Doty, which nobody does, but if you did that, it's an acronym. Initialism, wow, that's hard to say. An initialism is an acronym that is pronounced as individual letters, such as DNA, ATM. So that's a very minor difference. Acronyms are always initialisms and abbreviations, but not all initialisms are acronyms. This is such nerd stuff. Nerd alert. Alrighty. Bastion of Twilight. Uh-huh. Hate that my brain goes to TOS. Tomb of Sergeris or Temple of Cithralis or Terms of Service. Yeah, I always think Terms of Service. There's a fun retail one where you've got your point of sale system or your POS, which when it's not working is a different kind of POS. See why I asked you, right? Yeah. So I can relentlessly mock you for wordplay. What I'm impressed by is all of the word trivia. I guess I don't know if it may have, you know, components, or not components, what's the word? Counterparts. It may have counterparts in different languages. But I'm impressed by any amount of fun word trivia when English isn't even, like, when it's a second language. I only speak one language, so people that speak more than one baffle me. Let alone knowing, like, all of the fun, pointless nerd games in them. That's remarkable. I only speak English, but I do like it. All kinds of good words. Do you think N'Zoth is still alive and we're part of his plan? In the most respectful way possible. I'm not the right person to answer that. I'm just not. I'm very flattered that you think I'm big in the WoW community. I love WoW a lot. I am lukewarm on the story at best. I don't follow it super closely. So if I hesitate to even make up takes on stuff like that because I'm just gonna come off as dismissive. I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. If you showed me 4 old gods in a line and you asked me to pick out N'Zoth, I might be able to do it. I would have maybe 50% odds of picking correctly. Hated having a POS. If you ever mock me with that newfound knowledge, I will graciously accept it. Tiny to absent in the lore community. This is true. I think I might have a kitty cat coming back. What am I doing? Karate. Hi, sweetie. You want to come back up? Where did you go? Where do you go when you leave? Everyone knows the cool place to be is right here. Hi, honey. Hello. Welcome back. Maybe she just likes getting the welcome up pets. Yeah. She is the sweetest kitty. It's true. Hi. Same. Old lady kitty 14 will jump on my desk and just glare at me like she's plotting my death. Aw. I know the look. I'm familiar with the look. I love cats so much. This one's always been a cuddle bug. She has always been just an absolute angel. She's been a real cutie. I love them all, though. I love the grumpy cats. I love the spicy cats. I love the cats that want nothing to do with you. I love the cats that are love and kisses and then are like, you know what? Never mind. I love and respect all of them. They're all wonderful. I've made a lot of cat friends in my neighborhood. I'm that person. Ooh, can't think of any better place to be at this point in my life. Hazel, I just went grocery shopping and got so much for so little. Let's go. What, they have steaks on sale at Costco again? I'm sorry, that was a cheap shot. That's very exciting. I got groceries yesterday and I made use of my points and my deals and the flyer. And I purchased things that I usually buy and will eat. And I saved $35. Or at least so they would have me believe. I'm not a totally over the top loyalty points person, but since coming home, this is a new thing with me. I used to be not a loyalty points person at all. I wouldn't even have the card. And since moving home, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find out what the points are all about. They can track my purchases, fine. Stalk me, Target. although not Target because they don't have those here. And I got myself a loyalty card for all of the places that I regularly shop. The pet stores, drug stores, grocery stores. Canadian Tire, obviously. Gotta have those triangle rewards points. Get your digital Canadian Tire money. And I, like, read up on the programs and I read up on the promotions. I downloaded the relevant apps. And I have been having a wonderful time. You gotta be careful that they don't trick you into buying something that you weren't otherwise gonna use. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll wait until I can get extra points or whatever for stuff that I was gonna buy anyways, like laundry detergent or pet food or groceries, and I make some amounts of efforts to min-max them. And I do okay. I'm not like an extreme couponer, but I enjoy playing that game. It's kind of fun. $35. Huge help if you can save $35 on it. Off the 50 they raised to give the discount. Entirely possible. And it was also, it was 178 bills, so it would have been like 210 otherwise. It's not $35 off of like 70. Let's not get crazy here. But that's a pretty decent grocery haul. I restocked the pantry pretty good. I got a bunch of frozen stuff. I got a bunch of meals. Two of us can probably have core meals for a week and a half, 2 weeks on that. And then some extra stuff that will last a long time. But also, this is one of the most expensive places to buy groceries in the country. Just for my reference, $200 is a huge haul to me. Yeah, I've kind of gotten used to the Canadian grocery prices and the island grocery prices. I try not to think about them because I'm trying about as hard as I want to eat for cheap. I'm just pleased whenever I don't DoorDash. That's where I'm at in my life. I bought groceries and then I cooked them at home. Congratulations, you saved some money. Would apply to more rewards points if they didn't require my email. There is always the option of making a specific email just to use with those programs that you do not use for anything else, because you almost never, aside from like verifying the account, almost never need to actually check it or log into it. So you can give them a different email. And that way they can send all of their spam advertisements to something that you are never ever going to look at. Gmail's great for that. Apple also has a thing where you can sometimes on websites like sign up using like a fake email that will redirect to your on-file email without them having your real one. But I just have a junk email that I use to sign up for garbage with. And then every once in a while I just delete all from the inbox because it's never anything important, because I never use it for anything important. $300 to $350 Canadian a month in groceries as a person living alone. Frugal mofo. 4-7. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I remember spending $70 a week as a single person in Canada, but that was in 2013, for groceries. I haven't calculated it out. We shop for two people plus Nolan. He likes steamed carrots. He likes raw carrots, but he likes steamed carrots better. I'm finding out which kinds of fruits and veggies I can give him as healthy treats and snacks. Because, boy can't eat beef liver all day, every day. Caracta? No, Caracta. You spent $200 a month while living in Calgary pre-pandemic. I appreciate you sharing these figures. They make me feel better. Sometimes when I talk to my friends that live in the States, or just when I remember living in the States, and obviously it's gone up there too. It's not just Canada that has more expensive groceries now, but sometimes I feel as though I must be just making the worst possible purchases or something, just doing something really ludicrously stupid to spend this much money feeding us. And it makes me feel better that it's not just me, it is also just how it is. I'm not going out to eat for every meal. I'm already doing better than that could be. Montreal expensive for groceries. Inflation's palpable. Yeah. Is it true that Canadian money has the most stereotypical pictures on it? I mean, generally speaking, there's going to be the monarch on one side. So for a long time, that was the queen. I'm assuming eventually they're going to put what's-his-face on them. And then on the other side, yeah. Loons, animals, architecture sometimes. I feel like sometimes there's buildings. I haven't seen currency, though. I'm not much of a legal tender person. I'm more of like a plastic beep the card kind of situation. We have this contactless touch payment, and I adore it. It's awesome. I use it all the time. No Tim Hortons in the money. They're owned by an American now. The magic's gone. Why are we buying food for two people? I have a mysterious romantic partner that I live with. Moose's dad lives with me too. And has done so for some time. I just, I'm cagey about it. Would you like me to make a command? Yeah, you can. I don't have a problem with it. It might be easier just to have a thing. I might go back and edit it later if I decide that I want some form of wording. Is he really that mysterious? He's mysterious in that I haven't shared a name. And that you haven't seen him. And I think that will probably remain the case for potentially forever, you know. I'm very happy, but I don't need my relationship to be part of my content. I'm cool to keep work and home separate. Yeah. Besides, being mysterious is fun. It's nice to have secrets. Moose's dad is half moose, that's why Hazel's secretive about it. Need more hazelnutty lore. Oh, man. Farmers markets. Some of my areas sell stuff for like 99 cents. Big difference. There are farmers markets. If any of them have things that cheap, though, I have not found them. They are, if anything, competitive with the grocery store prices, but it's better because you're getting fresher and more local stuff. Sometimes things will be a little cheaper. I managed to buy some eggs for like $7 a dozen instead of $8. But, yeah, it may also be different when you get out of the city. I live in Victoria, BC, which is an urban center on an island that is geographically constrained and just expensive for a bunch of different reasons. I bet you if you get like out into kind of, not the boonies, but you get farther out of town, things will get more reasonable, especially at farmers markets, but... Congratulations. Thank you. Farmers markets here are more expensive than the grocery store. Yeah, I still love them to bits, don't get me wrong. I love them a lot, but you're not always going to save money. The exotic grocery stores. Wonder how it is in Winnipeg. Saskatoon, that's the... I mean, there's definite drawbacks to living in places like that. The weather, for one. The climate, but... Actually, I was going to say things are more affordable price-wise, but not always. A lot of times those remote places... I mean, not that Winnipeg is remote. Winnipeg's an entire province. It's like saying that Idaho's remote. But just because some place is cheap to buy property in doesn't mean it's cheap to live there. One of the islands that is kind of in between... One of the islands, I want to say it's in the Sailor Sea, formerly the Juan de Fuca Strait. Anyways, you can buy homes on different islands. There's Salt Spring Island, there's Main Island, there's Saturna Island, there's Pender Island. And Pender Island in particular keeps popping up with houses that are like almost affordable, that are like beautiful. And it's just gorgeous there. But then you like kind of look at like the Google Maps around the island and there's like 1.5 places to buy groceries. They are open sometimes. They charge whatever they want. And you're very much, you know, mercy to the whims of when ferries can get over, and when the weather's bad, you can't. There's an awful lot of considerations you have to think of that can make life more expensive beyond just the housing prices. But I could have a beautiful house with gigantic windows for $650,000 with like an acre of property, and it would be quiet out there. Also means buying a boat. I don't know how feasible it is. I don't think you'd have to buy a boat. You just have to commit to the ferry. I think what a lot of people do there for groceries is rather than buy everything from the local store, every 2 weeks, you take your car across the ferry, you drive to Nanaimo, or Langford, whichever is closer, and you load up at Costco. You buy, like, in bulk all of the stuff you can freeze. You probably have a chest freezer, if not two. You load up at Costco. You stock up like you're going to live in a bunker for a while. And then you just do, like, the occasional thing from the local store if you're, like, out of milk or something like that. But I've heard of people, like, freezing milk so that they can have, you know, non-spoiled milk throughout the month. Tell your cat I said hi. You got it. You betcha. Or a seaplane sounds awful. I don't think I would like it either. I currently really like the flexibility of being able to just kind of walk to the store and pick up something that I forgot. I think I would struggle with the planning. And also the whole grocery day of having to, like, spend an entire day driving really far and shopping for a ton of stuff, and then like the ferry and everything just sounds like more stress than I would want to keep up with for food. I'm sure you can grow some of your own fresh stuff too during the summer, but it's a lot of planning to live somewhere that remote. Glass some eggs for long-term storage. Dry milk too. Went to Anchorage once a month. We had to fly in and out. Yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it's for me. I think I'm too... I don't don't want it badly enough. I think you have to kind of really want the privacy and the other things that that life offers to make it worth all of the extra expense and effort. And if that's what you want, it's great. But if you don't want it badly enough, it's just going to beat you down. And I don't want it badly enough. I want to live somewhere less urban than this. But I'm not ready to be off the grid. That doesn't sound like me. 2 minutes from a decently sized grocery store. 1 hour each way. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you just need one thing, it's not worth the job. Oh, with the drive, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty far. We used to have to go... When I was a kid, it was about that far to get to, like, a proper city, but you could get to, like, smaller towns that would have, like, you know, a grocery store and stuff like that. I've never lived that rural. Love the convenience of having everything I need so close. Spend my downtime doing other stuff, not just chores. Yeah. Get frustrated and exhausted. But heal a 17 in my Dispriest. Haven't healed anything above a 14. It's bursting week. Have mercy. You got Mass Dispel. You'll be fine. I believe in you. You got this. Having to plan out 2 weeks worth of food would be good for me and or my budget. I bet you it would force me to get more acquainted with the contents of my pantry. I have a tendency to forget what I have in the backs of my pantry / fridge. And it does me a lot of good whenever I take the time to like sit down and get it all out and like remember what I have. And I think that would be more important if I couldn't pick things up on the fly. And also if you had to kind of eat that stuff to not starve, especially because you don't have a lot of other options. I think the convenience of having other options close at hand is what makes me be like this. Thanks, guys. What do we got? One more character? Sister Coyote, thank you very much for the 10-month resub. We made a list. Hangs in the pantry door. Live so far from the store, forget what we had. I have a little notebook I keep on my counter that I just write down like leftovers and other things that are like very short-term perishable to be like, remember to eat the grapes or whatever it is. I could see the benefit of having like a spreadsheet for your pantry though. I have a little whiteboard hung on the wall that I use for an ongoing grocery list too. Like if you need something, you just kind of write it down on the whiteboard so that when it comes time to make a grocery list, you don't have to remember all the things that you were out of. Try Google Keep. I like doing that kind of thing analog. I know I just said spreadsheet, but I don't have the patience to mess around with too many computers in the kitchen. I'm that person that will actually like print a recipe. I have a vault. My name's Hazel and I have a vault. I gotta go open that. Also, what do you want me to do? Artisanal aging. I also need to do that daily for this achievement. I have not yet done hoard behavior. Is there a mailbox for you? Oh, it's underneath us. Google Keep. Works on both platforms. I like writing a list. Would love to be able to go completely analog. I like doing it where I can and where it makes sense. I need to equip those to learn that specific item ID. There we go. Write everything on the 6x4 index cards. Easy to have on hand. One thing that I do love having digital devices for is calendar and reminders. I actually do both. I have paper calendars and I keep a digital one, and I will write down all of my appointments on both. I'll put them into my phone, I'll set a reminder, and then I'll also write them down on the paper calendar that I kind of walk by in the hall. And it's the combo of both that helps me remember what it is that I'm doing. But being able to set like time reminders to be like, hey, pay rent, you know, check on this thing. You've got an appointment. Leave by this time. And being able to have that make a sound at me is vital because it makes me not stress so much about forgetting things. I don't usually forget, especially if I walk by the calendar enough times, but generate some loot for preservation? Yeah. Plan out meals for a month. Saved us so much money grocery shopping. Well, it's transmog. It's transmog I don't have yet. Sure. Why not? Let me add it. Wish timers work for me? Far too easy to just tune them out. I have 750 convergent. I might just sit on those until the patch comes out. I don't know. How much are they going for right now? $230. That's fallen off a fair amount. Yeah. I'll check them up one more time. I'm going Temporal Parmesan. Buy Temporal Parmesan from Gorgonzarmu for the Bronze Hatchling. They have found many hobbies for their free time that their magic can aid them with. My friend Gorgonzarmu swears by his cheese. He has a type of Parmesan that's excellent for bronze whelps, so he's going to age it. I see. Did I get my Parmesan? I ordered some. I don't know if it was included. Maybe they forgot. Temporal Parmesan. That's funny. Profession to-do list is a week aura. It's Tama's Dragonflight Helper week aura. It's excellent. So if I wanted to max out my profession knowledge for this week, I would have... that's my list of things that I would need to do. I've also gone the wrong way. Would you be in the market for an earbud small enough so you can sleep on it? No. As a teenager, I would have been, because I used to like listening to music in bed before I would go to sleep. But these days, I am all about reading my book in bed. I'm not a big audiobook person. I need to see the text. I can't pay attention if I'm just listening. Or at least it's much harder for me. So it wouldn't do me a whole lot of good. I can see how people would like that, though, especially if they like want to listen to like a book or a story, but like not disturb somebody else in the room. Bronze hatchling fed. Oh, over there. Okay, I see. Kickstarter launched recently for that product, doing pretty well. Seems like a niche that a lot of people would be interested in. I have no faith in Kickstarters, though. I'm kind of the good luck to you, hope it works out, call me in 5 years if that product is still alive kind of situation. There are just too many things that crash and burn very early, if they even make it to market in the first place, or that overpromise and underdeliver. Hatchling chased to the nest. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Well, where did it go? Oh, so that's the nest. I see. I lost him. He's too good at it. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Can get the answer in the VOD. That's basically it. It's called Tama's Dragonflight Helper. It's a week aura, and it helps you max your profession knowledge. Those are all the things I could do to get profession knowledge for the week. In my profession video, I have links to it in the description, as well as a section of the video that talks about stuff like that. Is that one? Yeah, that's the gold there. That has information on that week aura in that guide, along with other things that I use. I'm looking for... Oh, I lost him. Probably because he sneezed himself into a different timeline. Where have you gone? How are you supposed to do this? He's gone the wrong way. Did you see the ban wave with all the people using the rotation bot? Had no idea something like that existed. I have not seen it. I know people used to use... What was it called? Oh, people used to use... It's going to come to me. I'm not going to read chat. It's going to come to me. It's not going to come to me. Max DPS. Hekili. Yeah, Hekili is the one that I'm thinking of. Maybe that's not the one that happened. Can you give this whelp a marker? That's a very good idea. Let's do that. Huge one. Yeah. Honor Buddy was different. Was the rotation bot actually using the abilities for you? Because yeah, Hekili just lights them up. It doesn't actually do them. Press the buttons for you. You have to press the buttons. I would be surprised if they banned that, because that would be like a very different... Did we do it? We did it. Policy for them, basically. Okay. Horde behavior. Stuffed doll, decorative shrubbery. You betcha. Yeah, paywall is another thing. You're technically not allowed to paywall add-ons. You can solicit donations. Some of them kind of get by in a gray area where they will paywall premium features, which I don't think you're still supposed to do, but I think they do it. But yeah, you can't. You're not technically in TOS allowed to paywall add-ons thoroughly. One stuffed doll. Here's a script, had a sub. Oh, I see. Highish guilds got disbanded because so many members were banned. Holy moly. Rank 1 parses from people using the bot. Yeah, that's just cheating though. Happens every couple of years. Decorative shrubbery from all the way from there. What about the incense? Yeah, we'll just go this way. We'll just go this way. I remember the fishing bot bans of Warlords of Draenor. And one of our guildies got tagged and we were like, how could you? And they were like, fishing's boring. And we're like, well, yeah. Still, see you next tier. Got timed out. Whoops. It was pretty funny. Enter the caverns. Yeah, 1 button macros if you really don't want to play the game. Yeah, it's never... I mean, everybody has their own line as to how much they want to do with macros and weak cores and stuff. I've never been a fan for myself of things like Hakili, but I know a lot of people like them. I don't think there's anything wrong with using something like that. It just, for me, it kind of defeats the purpose of the fun of it. But then again, I'll use weak auras that do a very similar thing in terms of like alerting you when something is up or how many charges it has left or whatever. I'll use weak auras and that's very similar, and to me that's totally fine. Everybody's got their own take on what makes it fun and what makes it not fun anymore. Okay. Yeah, 1. Also, while I'm in the caverns, we may as well go do our Karakta kill. Saw some of your raid guides. Learned instantly with your explanation. Just wanted to say thank you. Oh, cheers. I'm glad they worked for you. Oh yeah, that's just a bot. That's just a bot. I'm surprised it made it that far. Ugh. I also not really enjoyed, but that thing recently about the out of game overlays using the advanced combat log, and there was all this discourse about how this is the end of raiding as we know it. It's going to ruin everything, and the Blizzard's like, yeah, we're gonna fix the combat log so you can't do that anymore. Shocking. Nobody could have seen that coming. It's just something to talk about. We're kind of in this news gap too, where it's like late patch. I don't know. I've messed up. We're kind of late patch, so there's not like that many things to talk about. So anything that can be a discussion point kind of becomes one, just because, you know, places got to write articles. Can I leave? Yeah, I can leave. But it's funny that it was like, this is gonna ruin everything. It's like they were gonna find some way to not allow that functionality. It was just too much. Hi, can you take me out of here? I've changed my mind. Can you take me out of here? I've changed my mind. Thank you. That rabbit hole is really deep. Oh yeah, it would have been awful if they'd allowed it. I just couldn't have ever fathomed a world where they were like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Do all of these things that we have taken a specific stance against, and I don't think, you know, obviously if there was no way for them to break it, that could be controversial, but you just add some kind of a delay to the blog or something like that. It was exactly what everybody wanted. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is my last Karakta kill of the day, or of the first half of the week. I think we could try it again on Saturday-ish. Should be reset again and freshly available. But our last chance for today. We're in the part of the patch where I start hunting rare pets I don't have. I'm happy. I'm comfy. I hope the mount drops. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of hungry. We made it to 11 before we got hungry. That was a start. I had knockoff Honey Nut Cheerios for breakfast because they were on sale at the store. Although now I'm out of milk. I must purchase more milk. I don't get milk delivered because I don't trust them to not let it get too warm anymore. They shouldn't, but shouldn't doesn't make my milk not go bad. Run the No More Pet Weekly to get the pets to sell. Oh, that is mid-patch. That's braver than me. I would run all of the raids in the game for Mog before I do the No More Pet dungeon again for pets to sell. Have I done the campaign on all my characters? Just the one. Just the one character. 1.5. I wanted flight stones on one of my alts, so I ran some of the campaign again on that alt because you do get quite a few flight stones from doing the campaign. But you don't need it to unlock anything important. I don't hate No More, I'm the weird outlier. Oh man. Alright. I am an evoker. I'm pulling. With my beacon. Good luck, everybody. Actually kind of looking forward to raid tonight. I have a good feeling about today. Today could be my Evoker Legendary day. I certainly have some bad luck protection stacked up. I have not been doing Mythic Sark because I'm not that good at this game, but... and also because I don't want to. I've been doing Heroic Sark every single week since they added bad luck protection. I haven't missed a week yet. It's gotta be soon. Gotta be soon. Any luck? Not for me. Not that time. Better luck next time. Okay, going back up top. Octopixie, thank you very much for the 32-month resub. Woohoo! Good luck! Get that mount. Happy 32th. Happy 32th to you too. Wish they roughly said what the bad luck protection meant. I think I'm happier not knowing. I don't want to be tormented with math. I don't want to be every week being like, okay, so if they've added up this much, because stacking stuff like that, the math gets pretty ugly. And it would just break my brain and also make me go, wow, now I'm this unlucky. Now I'm this unlucky. I'd rather just... I don't even want it, but I should get it. Congratulations, you've won the opportunity to spend hundreds of thousands of gold. Didn't get the mount, get the legendary tonight. That is how the math works. It's possible. It's entirely possible. We got that moose luck. Although, I did technically have moose luck last week and the week before. There we go. I was going to say right here in the bush, but it is the bush. That is the habitat. So, here we go. We're working on trying to do each of these dailies at least one time for a pet. I feel like we're not that far away from them giving me Zeusadormu. That'll be good. All right, well, it's 11:13. We did 15 Karokta kills plus Whelp Take Care. I've missed a Time Rift or 3. It's time for me to figure out. You know what? It's time to take Anthus to Nax Ramus. We got to see if it's his day to get his Nax tier chest that all the things random has this after. It is quite a lot of gold. Haven't even bothered my evoker. Don't even have that gold in my main. Be fine with them making it so on the 6th or 8th kill you're guaranteed it. I mean, 8th kill is 2 months. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, be nice. It'll be funny. I haven't really been paying attention to the yells, like the echoing roar from atop the seat of the aspects. But I wonder if there's going to be like a weekly reset where they just kind of like all shower in because the luck protection stacked up far enough, or if it's more smooth than that. So to go to Nax Ramus, we can start with going to Veldrak, and that's a perfectly good place to start. I wonder if people understood statistics better, they would get less upset. I can't even speak. Let me drink some water and then try that one again. I wonder if people understood statistics better, they would get less upset about not getting drops. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that if you had a more exact idea, you would just get, I don't know. I don't think it would help. I think that the part of the human brain that gets salty about that kind of thing is not the part of the brain that's handling the numbers. I don't think it cares how well you understand it. I think grumpy is as grumpy is gonna be. And you can quote me on that. I'm going to Nex. I'm going to go by Orgrimmar and then Crystal Song Forest, and then we're going to fly. I think I'm not going to bother with Vault of Archivon. Maybe I should bother with Vault of Archivon. I don't even know if it's up. Kitty. Heroic Raid, I got mine. Had 18 evokers. Not kidding, only 2 of us got it. 18 evokers. That's incredible. Asuna. Oribos. Well-drinking. Crystal Song Forest. Most people playing high-level poker understand probabilities well. Salt still comes out there. I think we're just doomed. I think there are some parts of human nature that are never going to change. I also think there's still a fairly common misconception about how we perceive ourselves to make a lot of our decisions rationally that we are actually making emotionally. Even people that consider themselves very rational, very logical people are still probably not behaving as logically as they perceive themselves to be doing. I think there was research about that as it pertained to like the stock market or something like that. Like you would assume that like the finance people would be with a lot of money at stake making those decisions as rationally as possible. And as it turns out, the things that really drive the trends are emotions. How people feel about something as opposed to how it actually is. Although it's kind of self-fulfilling, and also I know nothing about stocks or money. Number go up good. But yeah, I get out of my depth with math pretty fast. Bad judges are risk anyways. That's how the open box Be a Millionaire game works. What's your favorite herb to cook with? Rosemary. Basil's a close second, but rosemary I can grow and harvest all year long. It didn't even die in the winter with the snow. It's so delicious. It's so good. You can put it on so many things, but my favorite is rosemary in breads and in pizza crust. I'll put fresh garlic and rosemary directly into my homemade pizza crust. And I am a genius. It's true. It's amazing. It's so good. And it just grows like a bush. You can grow a hedge of rosemary here. It's like so easy to grow. It's the best. Ow, excuse me. Oh, imbued with the powers of Alex Strauss of the Lifebinder. Thanks. Thought she was just burning me to death. Rosemary Focaccia. Trade futures contracts for living. Can 100% say market is emotion, perception of this and that. I think I am going to try classic hardcore tomorrow. If it's up when I get home from my errand, then I think I am going to give it a whirl. Rosemary garlic in the bread dough. In a stew right now. Why I'm asking in the first place. My close second answer would be basil, because basil is also really delicious fresh, very easy to grow, especially if you have like some sunshine in the summer. And really, really yummy. I will throw it on anything to do with tomatoes. Also just sandwiches and salads and stuff, although I don't eat a lot of salad. But I will just chop it up and mix it in with a bowl of like pasta and tomato sauce. I will put it on pizza. I will kind of mix up some tomatoes and basil and some like feta cheese and stuff, and then toast that on bread in the oven. That's really yummy. Kind of like a, you know, botched bruschetta. Oh, olive oil and garlic. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. 40 minutes. You can make it, Hazel. Okay. I'm going. What did I say I was doing this on? 10-man heroic redemption chess piece. 10-man Nex Ramus. Why is it always 10-man with me? Raid difficulty, normal 10-man. All right. Was it normal? I don't know. Normal 10-man I'll have to do. In we go. I bought Cheddar. I think if you have Classic installed, that should be good. I think it's just separate servers for regular Classic, but I know next to nothing. All right. Nex Ramus. Nex Ramus for Anthus. These are the things that he could get. Well, can we drag this out? No. I think my other things is suffering. Why can't I resize you? I can almost always resize you. Ugh. Weird. I am specifically in here for the chest guard from the Four Horsemen. Also, we'll have a chance of it from Gluth. Gluth? Gluth? Gluten? And, technically a chance of Belt of Archivon, but gross. I'm going to clear the whole thing, though, because there is stuff I need from the whole raid. And I'm here for Transmog. We'll start in the military quarter, though, see if we get lucky. You could do 25 men, you do make the rules. It's a different appearance, though, I think. I do make the rules, but one of my rules is... Oh. Slash pet. I pet Mr. Bigglesworth. One of the rules. See you later, kitty cat. Was it because I pet Mr. Bigglesworth? You know you're my #1 girl. She's leaving. Forgot what I was saying. Can't have been that important. Pet's still here? Always pet Mr. Bigglesworth. Wrong window? Why? Is that why I can't... I'm still confused as to why I can't resize this. I feel like I drag those all the time. I'm gonna reload. I want to rate it. You want to rate what? The chest piece? The bruschetta? Lunch? Food. Hungry. This way. A link earlier. They posted a link that the bot ate. The wrong window message. I don't see anything. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's alright. I was confusing two separate and different issues. Yeah, no, nobody can see the link. The link doesn't even make it to chat. And that's okay. That's alright. We are a link-free zone. It's just mods and me that can post links. And we, generally speaking, choose not to. I just thought it was funny. I had missed that initial message, and I was deeply confused. We're good. I want to get comfy. We're gonna scoot in. We're gonna curl up. Have some water. Stay hydrated. I need these bracers still, which is why I can't really bring myself to just walk past all the trash. I'm sure there's like better trash to farm for bracers. If it could be anything, then there's probably packs of trash that are like much bigger and easier to kill, but... Jock into the wall for a bit. I saw somebody running outdoors for exercise this morning with a dog, and Moose just kind of sat and watched them like, whoa, you can do that? He loves watching a lot of things, but he especially loves dogs, watching dogs do things that he hasn't done yet. Every now and then, if he's getting serious zoomies, him and I will like run down the sidewalk a little bit to help him get them out. And by run, I mean sprint, because he is fast. Boy needs to run. Do you plan on doing that eventually? I think so. I think I can train him to run nicely alongside with me. And I think that it would do him and I both a lot of good. Currently, as a puppy, it's a no-go though. He can run for short bits, but puppies aren't really, it's not good for them to do endurance. They're fragile still. They gotta toughen up. They're still growing. Dogs are the best. Zone drops, sometimes they only drop off some of the trash. I was seeing that in Blackwing Lair was a good example. I was seeing that there was like very specific mobs. This one, I think it says is just anything. I don't see anywhere, and I could be missing it, but I don't see anywhere on the mouse over. And that I think that is where I would see where it drops from if it was just a specific thing. Because yeah, for Blackwing Lair that was like super the case. There was only specific mobs that could drop that maul that I needed. 2 dogs play with each other, get lots of exercise. Or, well, I had a nightmare that my partner brought home another dog, and I'm like, I can only have 1 dog on this lease. Them's the rules. I don't make them. I can't conceal a dog. We have to find another home for it. And they're like, but it's home here. And I'm like, I don't make the rules. We rent. Nightmare? Harsh. The nightmare was because it was a really sweet dog that really did just need a home that was like the perfect dog for us and for Moose, but like we just couldn't have another dog. Yeah. Yeah, the nightmare was trying to find a home that was appropriate for this other puppy. Because we couldn't keep it. We have one. We're set for the moment. Moose, can we keep him? Can we keep him? But yeah. I know that they're extra handfuls when they're young like this. But I see the appeal of just having the one dog and the one cat. It means more pet budget to use to spoil them individually. First puppy, but what about second puppy? Charters for albacore tuna season? Here it's pretty hot. That sounds pretty fun. I haven't checked it out. I'm saving my money. I just got a dog. That's kind of my disposable income budget blown for the rest of the year. How's Kira adapting? I know she's used to dogs. She's doing good. She's doing good. We're still phasing in the introduction. I don't think she really minds the dog. She doesn't like the gates that currently separate her from the dog. She's not a big fan of the fences, mostly because she can't see them, so she's trotting down an area that used to be open, and then she bumps into something, even with like foam and blankets and stuff on it. It's no fun. But I think we're hopefully not too far from being able to just finish our introductions. We're doing daily enjoy treats on opposite sides of the gate currently. That's news. Double all the expenses, vet bills, medicines. Yeah. You see yourself trying 20 plus keys this season now that they've nerfed them a bit? I don't think so. Can't think of anything I need from them. I enjoyed keys a lot, but I kind of did it, and I'm kind of happy to have my time back, especially for the rest of the season. I'm just enjoying like doing other things in the game, and I'm kind of enjoying spending some time out of the game. When I was doing keys heavily, I was doing them like during the day on weekends and during the evenings and weekdays, and all of that is time that I'm currently spending with my dog now. Working with the puppy and playing with the puppy and walking the puppy and taking the puppy places. So I'm good to not have as much going on in the game for a while. I'm sure eventually there'll be more time, not as much as before, but more time for stuff like that, but it's not that important to me. Besides, I have my portals already. I've got a 20 port to every single current season instance, which was sort of the goal, I guess. I had a lot of fun doing it though. I had a ton of fun healing it. I'm excited for when they eventually unveil next season's dungeon pool. I want to know where we're going to be. One day portals will be account wide. I hope so. I want that very much. I want that very badly. Oh, this guy really takes his time, eh? I know it's like a 5-minute thing, but it's a long time when you're just hanging out here. What does he have for me? Where's the military quarter? Gothic could drop me a sword or a plate belt for this particular character. Maybe they'll reveal something at Gamescom. Wouldn't hold my breath. Remember when they announced Legion at Gamescom? That was a day. That was a thing that happened. Stoked to manage to reach both my goals. Clear the raid on Gnarl. Got AOTC. KSM at least once. Nice. It was 25 years ago, Hazel. Listen. Nope, don't have anything else to say. Someone posted a list. None of us believed it. We all went, ugh. Yeah, someone was talking about a leech dungeon pool that included Seizure Borealis. I don't know. I'm choosing to delay my reactions until Blizzard actually says something. Yeah, it should have, next season should have both halves of Dawn of the Infinite, so that at least we know for sure. No luck. No good. With that boss. But what we really need is the Paladin chest for the next boss. If it's Siege of Borealis, I will not be doing it as a key. I hated it at the time, but I'll make my peace with it if they have to do it. I'm not going to be a big fan of the trying not to fall in the water and get eaten by sharks again. I feel like I've survived that for long enough. But, you know, I'll do it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll do it. They thought we were enjoying Grimrail Depot. People voted for Grimrail Depot. We can't even blame them for that. That was a poll. We did that to ourselves. Not me. I voted for Everbloom. Grimrail Depot was a choice. Oh, man. Yeah, it was a fast dungeon. That is true. Can't get myself across that to save me. Us trolling ourselves. No, I'm pretty sure that we were voting for the dungeon pool. I think they told us what it was for. I think people were potentially, I mean, some people really did like it, but I think maybe it was a little bit of the internet where we were like kind of trolling. Well, not we. I voted for Everbloom. Or people were trolling a little bit. Yeah. But I may be misremembering. It was a long time ago. Alright, I'm gonna taunt, and then I'm gonna wait for them to go to their homes. Oh, hopefully that's fine. I might have broken it. I accidentally a consecration. Are you angry? Oops. Remember the tree mount. I was Team Caterpillar. And I still am. Hey, it worked. That's okay. Same water bottle as me. It's a iron flask. Knockoff Hydro Flask. I love this thing. Your resident pizza hater hath arrived. I'm sorry. Pizza hater? Also, I got a chest piece, but not the right one. However, I did need that sword. And that's a pretty cool sword. That is a very long sword. In my mailbox, need to pick it up. Yeah, I didn't get the thing. You hate pizza. Okay. That's alright. More for me. It's a very weirdly shaped fan. Shall we do Construct next? See if Gluth wants to cough up. Yeah, there's a caterpillar on top of the tree, man. I wanted a big one like Heimlich from A Bug's Life. Which, yes, I do remember because I have seen it somewhat recently. I wanted and voted for the tree. It's a lovely tree. I'm glad we didn't get the cat. Sorry, don't listen. I love cats, but we have a lot of cat mounts. I wanted something unique. So I'm glad that we at the very least got something that we didn't have before exactly like that. But my biggest grievance with the tree mount was that it's one of those things that barely fits through doors. And it's just kind of uncomfy to ride around a lot. It's just sort of inconvenient to be on. Love that movie, saw it in theaters multiple times. It holds up pretty well. The animation, early 3D animated movies were, some of them are a little tiny bit rough now, but it holds up pretty good. I hadn't seen it since I was very young, so it was kind of like watching a brand new movie that I just kind of looked familiar. Because I didn't really remember any of the plot, but every now and then I would see a character and I'd be like, oh yeah, that. Those things. Fun to watch it change with the seasons, too. Hi. Hello. How you doing? Where have you been? You been hanging out? Hanging out by the gate? You should go see the puppy dog. I heard he was looking for you. Watch both that and Ants in the theater. Did you prefer one over the other? Did I ever see Ants? The name rings a bell. Wish mine would sit in my chair arm like that. I don't even know how she perches there. It's not a wildly wide chair arm. She's just talent. Ants is great. Ants with a Z. Let me Google this. See if it comes screaming back to me. Ants. 1998 action adventure film. I need to see some pictures. Give me some screen caps. Oh. Mildly frightening. Did I see it? I might have seen it. I don't remember. Can we get an ant map? Very brown, Bugs Life very colorful. Just nostalgic lover though. Oh, I got a sword that I needed. I got Hate Strike from whatever that last boss that I just killed was. That I was definitely paying attention to. I'm coming back just so I can be out of combat. I don't know why it matters. I don't think it does. I just want to... I want to be out of combat so I can preview the sword. Maybe I never will be. I just want to know if it's cool. She wants to be held 100% of the time. We could have much more close time without me saying, need both hands. Okay, sweet. Three bosses from Raid Chivas. Agmarax is giving us fits. That's where we're stuck too. I think we're gonna probably try that again a bit tonight. We've been chipping away. We do our heroic start kill and then we take like an extra hour and we chip 100 achievements for a bit. And that is currently where we are also. We've done everything up to there. And we took a couple tries at it and we didn't get it yet. Okay. Oh, someone warned me about that too. That's funny. Oh, if only I was fast. Or paying attention. Not bad. Hunters, Palace Druids, devoted healer for the folks in the lava. Yeah, we were losing people in the lava because we were... I don't know if we had... They were just kind of going every which way. What is next, Ramos? It's a structure. Military base? I was going to say necropolis, and I think that is true. Although, what that would actually mean is a real mystery to me. I also started running the wrong way. We're going... Oh, this way. Yeah. I need to get up. Oh, that's what's throwing me. I get up in his room. Oh, bummer. Well, I'll clear a few trash mobs, make myself feel better about running all the way around. Fooled by the third dimension. Listen, some things are just not compatible with being ready for lunchtime. Left! Behind you! The other left. We're gonna get there, I believe. Maps aren't very good, to be fair. Yeah, I kind of assumed that was connected, and I now see that it is. I get the point now. Although, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna remember this next time. We're only a couple weeks away from, we're 2 weeks away from 1017. That'll be kind of fun. That should be enough time for Hardcore Classic, right? There's no world where I live through 2 weeks of streams, is there? Could there be? What if I'm just, oh, it's true. I can't breathe with this word. What if I'm just, oh, it's chompy. That's kind of fun. Do you think those are fingers or teeth? Intentionally ambiguous. Raid calls me wrong way Malay because I'm always lost. Oh. Teeth. Mm. Teeth for sure. I'm looting it this time. I'm gonna sell it. I'm getting my 48 gold. I'm also gonna try and pay attention in the tube because I don't want to fall down again. You could open a channel point prediction. Will I live till the end of today? Would somebody still have to be still in the channel? I think you have a time limit on predictions. I don't think you can have them run indefinitely. Or like for hours. I feel like, I guess I don't know. I haven't run a prediction in a long time. I thought that you had to, like provide a resolution to them within a relatively short frame of time. Maybe I'm misunderstanding though, or forgetting. It's been a long time. Oh, his item level is so much better now that he's got that. Alright, Gluth. I would love a paladin tier chest. I got 2 things I needed. Neither of them paladin tier chest though. A 3rd sword, Torment of the Banished, and then I also got some plate gloves that I didn't have yet, so that's nice. A little extra help. KT has a tier helm and an axe for paladin. Every time I get an ATT random that sends me into an instance like this though, it's kind of fun because A, if you haven't been here for forever, it's kind of a nice little nostalgia hit of like, even if you didn't raid it when it was current, just back when you farmed it for one piece of Mog or another way back when. Yeah, you get to go see all sorts of different things. I think that that's one of the reasons I like doing random more than I like kind of burning through an instance until I have absolutely everything, is I kind of like the tour through all the different places. You know, I like the variety of it. How are you choosing the ATT random? There's a command with all the things that you can access with /ATT random that will select a random item for you. You can certainly re-roll it if you want, but it picks a random item, and then if I agree to the quest, I will go chase that item until it drops. Wonder how many Taurens will die to Thunderbluff elevators. Vanquisher lightnings again. That's no fun. We did military, we did construct. We'll do arachnid and then plague. One week, one researcher's run completes an if and worthy ally quest. Other weeks comes up short. Sister Coyote's right. It's about how many tasks get finished. Are the elevators inherently dangerous? People just fall off? I think it's probably just if people fall. I guess I don't know. I didn't spend that much time on them in Classic. So this is a Nubricon. What do you have for me? A Nubricon's got a chest piece. Probably some other class look-alike. Yeah. And then also some boots. Different rep in different days. I don't know. Got all the rewards from the time rift done. Very nice. You are way ahead of the game. I haven't done any of that today. At some point I'm gonna have to start. Nice 1 per day would be good. Failing that, 1 per week gets you a decent amount of fragments, but nice little daily time rift wouldn't hurt. Fairlena has some shoulders and some bracers. I will, after this, we've got a ways left, but after this next, I'll probably wrap up for the day. It's about Hazel's lunchtime. tomorrow I will once again remind, and I'll probably say at the end of the stream too, I'm going to be late. I have an errand. I have an appointment. I will most certainly not be home in time for the stream start. So it's going to start late tomorrow. I don't know when. I don't know exactly when, but it will be probably 1 to 2 hours after the normal start time. And if possible, I would love to start some hardcore classic tomorrow once I do get home eventually. Your new dog is cute. Thank you. It's true. It's true. I tell him every time. Somebody in the street will be like, that's a really cute puppy. And then we'll be walking away after saying thank you, etc. And they'll be like, you know what, Moose? They're right. It's true. You are a very cute puppy. Decide if I'm still going to be a hunter for next patch or raid. Only ever played BM Hunter. Rated as BM Hunter. If you were going to switch, what are you thinking of swapping to? Farming Nax, but not for the new tokens. Yeah. I haven't unlocked the secrets of Nax. I just pulled a Nax item, like a tier 7 Nax item from all the things random. So I'm doing it on a paladin for transmog. Without having unlocked secrets. I should unlock secrets, because I think that I would be able to get some extra benefit from doing this if I had done that first, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Not sure. Friend has offered to teach me Pally or Warlock. Guild needs a mage, DH, or rogue. You must listen to your heart. And by that I mean, think about which one looks cool to you. You know, what could you see yourself as? Did I finally get the leather item? I did. It took like 2.5 weeks of running all my leather wearers through, but we finally got those leggings from 10-Man Heroic. And in the process, we got most of the rest of the leather from 10-Man Heroic too. We got a lot of different pieces from that. We're in good shape there. Curious about Paladin, but they don't come in Worgen. Oh. Paka192, thank you for the 3-month resub. Yeah, we got a couple of things from ICC back to back, from 10-Man ICC as well. But we got both of them, and we have more things, or less things that we need now. Although it was both leather. Both items were leather, so I did a lot of ICC leather runs. Alright, my ex-new could have a polearm or a shield if she was feeling generous for me. She also drops a pet that I don't particularly need. That's a big spider. What if they brought back... Oh, hey. Bone spider pet. What if they brought back... Was it a Nubarak? That was the dungeon I'm thinking of. That had a big spider like that. And it was like an ad summon fight that I used to do in Heroic Dungeons in Wrath. And somebody would always die, and I wouldn't really know how they had died. It was always a mystery to me. I think maybe they got aggro or something, or maybe the tank didn't pick up the ads, or maybe they ran somewhere weird, but I never fully understood that fight. It was a dungeon. It was a 5-man dungeon. Wonder if she could get out, or she's grown too big. Now trapped. The dragon syndrome. DH or Paladin, like classes with a lot of movement. I would give DH a try, if that's the case. I would give DH a try. Hello, hello. Hello, Jeffrey. How are you doing today? We are on our last wing of necks, and then, of course, the end, before we wrap up our Wednesday. Oh, she did not give me the weapons I needed. Noth, Heigen, and Loatheb. Do I not need things from them? I must need something. I need some boots from this guy. Okay, yourself? I'm doing pretty good. I am doing good. I am... a little bit of a one-track mind. I'm pretty hungry. It's almost lunchtime, and I've been getting up a lot earlier recently, so I've been feeling the onset of lunchtime more acutely. Trying to get the 4 horsemen to drop Armageddon for a while. Astral Narub is indeed the dungeon with the Nubricon at the end. That was the fight with the burrowing. Well, one of the fights with the burrowing. I know there were more than one of them. Oh, that's a lot of greens. Heigen could drop... A mace called Demise. They have the coolest weapon names in here, I swear. There's a mace called Demise. There's also some shoulders. And then I don't think I actually need anything from Loetheb on this particular character. I think I must have it all already. People stood in the burrow spots, they would get one shot. Yeah, I think it was a Nubarak in that dungeon. Oh, I got Demise. Nice. Is it cool? Is it cool? Is it cool? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a big mace. I do get my spiders mixed up. I wouldn't judge anybody for mixing those up. I used to really struggle with the names of the bosses and locations of, what was the other Nerubian one? Ankahet, the Old Kingdom. That place. I did that dungeon a lot while leveling. That was the dungeon that made me want Sen Lane because Prince What's-His-Face does some blood drinking and I was like, well, this is a cool character. How come we can't play these? But the names in there are a total mystery to me. Keep saying want to try healing and then being too chicken to actually try. With new roles, when I'm nervous, I like to start in kind of a lower stakes thing. Just like leveling or whatnot, but there's certainly people that can get out of sorts about even the silliest of things, so I understand. Healing's so fun, though. Healing is so fun. It's very different from DPS. It's a very different feel. I find it very exciting. I also feel very powerful whenever there's a crisis and I've, like, fixed it, you know? I enjoy that feeling a lot. Okay, we're going upstairs. Somehow. But yeah, sometimes healing low-level things can be much harder than healing harder content because a lot of what makes healing easy or difficult is how good the players that are in the group with you are. So if you're in like a random heroic pug and somebody is behaving very erratically, it's going to be a lot harder to keep them alive than like a calm, skilled group that knows what they're doing that's just kind of like doing their regular afternoon 16 keys or whatever. It's a very different ball game that sometimes can be harder early than it is later. Me always closes the boss's killed already. It's a good idea. Good organization. No, we need those still. This is gonna be a lot of RP just for a chance at an extra helmet. And an axe, I guess. Yeah, having a friend tank for you is a great idea. Like what they seem to be doing with cut content. Yeah, I think they'll continue. I think they've had enough success with it and people have enjoyed it enough that they'll probably continue reviving things like that one at a time because it gives people an extra thing to do. It probably does not take as much dev time to do something like that as it does to make something brand new for people to work on. And it's good press too. Alternative dye? I just used some stuff from the drugstore. I just used some drugstore pink dye. I didn't do anything too fancy. Okay, and we wait. This takes a hot minute. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a pretty comfy shirt. It's also very easy to color and then to like recolor or change the color of. It's really annoying trying to lighten only the roots of your hair when you want to like color your roots but not re-bleach the rest of your hair. And it's very easy when you can just kind of grow it out, buzz it off again, and have at it. Every once in a while, I get like a paranoid thought of I would have more success with content if I had a more widespread appeal of hairstyle. And then I think, even if that was true, which it could be, if your hair is the only thing that makes you worth watching, then maybe you need to try harder. Maybe you need to make some actual content. And then people will watch it, huh? Yeah. Went on vacation to where? I went on vacation to staying home and getting a puppy. I adopted a puppy from a shelter here, and he's pretty young, and he's a puppy. Needs a lot of time and attention. So I took a week off, but I stayed home. I went on vacation to the shelter and then home. Sounds better than going somewhere. I know, right? It makes me feel a lot better about the fact that I was considering taking a bit of vacation. Makes me feel way better about the money I've spent on like the extra pet deposit and all of the vet and the supplies and et cetera, et cetera. The dog budget makes me feel much better when I think, well, it's just that you didn't take a vacation, you know. You would have spent that money anyways. It's just that you stayed home and then you got a puppy. Even though there was no world in which I was spending that much or really much of any money on vacation. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to traveling. Also, I don't really like traveling, but in my brain, it makes me feel better. There's photos and videos of the puppy on my Instagram, but he's not currently allowed into this room because I have my kitty cat, who we are still introducing to the puppies. So she has this room plus my bedroom as her safe dog-free zone for the moment, and until they're fully integrated, he's not going to be on the live stream camera, but there is video of him on my Instagram story. The dog's name is Moose, and he is the best. I know he's a puppy, but he's so cute. He's such a good boy. I love him so much. He's so happy to see me. Even if I just like took a shower and I come back out of the bathroom and he's like, oh my God, you're back. And it's the best feeling in the whole world. It's so wonderful. He's such a good baby. He's also just like incidentally a really good baby. He's very smart. He's pretty naturally calm, even for a puppy. He still gets like puppy crazies, but he's just a real good dog. Remember your Bastion inspired hair? That was so lovely. I'm really happy that you remembered that it was Bastion inspired. I remember I was like, I'm gonna be a Kyrian. I'm dyeing my hair. And then everybody's like, wow, look at that Ardenweald hair. And I'm like, it's Bastion. It was a lot of blue and purple. They were, yep. That's easy to fix. Oh, I disconnected from chat too. Betcha my stream dropped some frames. I think my internet's taking a little hit. Thought it was me. Nah. All right, we made it back in. We're good. Any luck? I got an item ID for the cloak, but otherwise, nothing. However, we can always try again next week. And this is my only paladin, so it's not like I can run this over and over again for a chance at that chess piece, so I may as well roll a second item sometime. Find something else to work on. However, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be A, late start. I will be late tomorrow, and B, Hardcore Classic until I die, and then back to regularly scheduled programming. Just got a kitten. Wow, she has so much energy. The babies are so much to keep up with. They're so cute, and there's so much to keep up with. Jamie Lee, thank you for the 51-month resub. Happy Twitch anniversary. Rarely get to play these days. Continue to live vicariously through you. Do you feel tingly? Thank you. Good luck on the raid. Oh yeah, I'll let you guys know tomorrow how it went. I have a chance at my Evoker Legendary. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow, once again, late. Appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.